Mm, mhm. Close that. Mm, uh, why is there no image? Is it just loading? Mm, bu. I am multitasking so hard right now. Why? Okay, that one finally started loading. Both my YouTube streams are just lagging. But that's like on my side, not the actual streams, I think. Hopefully. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Anything else that I need to do? No. Well, I'll close that. Mm, cool. Mm, mm, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wah. Close that. Is it this one? Okay. Hello VOD, hello chat on both uh Twitch. I'm Mistic and Mistic Reacts. Is both? I don't think both is the right word because that's three different things, but it has been a month, I think, since I did my last Mystic Reacts stream, and since I did my last Rotten Mango stream, and I think I watched 3 or 4 videos in a row about a very frustrating couple, and it almost broke me. So, what better thing to do than to watch another 3 episodes about the same show but a different couple by Stephanie Sue? What better way? What better thing to watch than another infuriating couple? I can't think of anything better, but I'm gonna try and make these like a weekly occurrence rather than like once a month because it's very fun to watch. Most Stephanie Sue videos. The last one was a little frustrating, but it was fun at the end of the day. It was fun. Anything to update? Mm, Tomorrow I'll probably do a morning stream and then either like a gaming or an art stream, I think. But let's get into not quite the video, but the intro. We're going to do the intro because I actually use intros for this channel, unlike the gaming videos, which I usually just cut those out. But I'm not sure why, but the last stream, reaction stream, was some reason my like most popular stream for some reason. So definitely, hopefully, continue that streak, maybe. And also, hopefully, my Wi-Fi does not go out on me this time because yesterday it just completely stopped working. I think it's because like my roommates were doing something. That's my hypothesis. I've not had the chance to ask them if that was the reason, but that is my guess as to why the stream yesterday lagged out so bad. But okay, let's try to do the intro. I don't know why I said let's, like it was all of us doing it, but okay. What's up, everyone? My name is Mistic, and welcome to Mistic Reacts. Today we're watching another video by Stephanie Sue, and this is a marriage fixing show video, which we watched I think 3 or 4 videos about a different couple on the same show. So if you want to watch that, go watch that before you watch this. This one is also a 3-parter as well. Marriage fixing show. CCTV husband calling a different woman at night after wife went to sleep, which is diabolical. Like it's one thing to do it in general, but another thing to do it while you know you're definitely being recorded on a marriage fixing show. That's a little insane. But let's get into it. Bada bing, bada boom, or want want, quack quack. That's what it is.
And Here's
got
the
that.
problem with having free will in
Oh.
2025. Sometimes you just have too much of it, and then
2025.
you forget that you have free will, and then you subject yourself to the same repeated torture
Yeah.
over and over again. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna see you again.
That's
See you again
that's
is
why I'm
correct. It's
back.
accurate. I saw them again, but I saw different people this time, and I would say that I was also pacing around the room. If you guys don't remember, See You Again is a divorce reality show where three celebrities.
I remember. I remember very well, Stephanie. And apparently she said these ones are even more infuriating than the last couple, which, or maybe not infuriating, but worse. Which I don't know how we get worse than my. I don't know how that happens, but let's see how bad it gets.
This 2-week journey to figure it out if they want to stay together or they want to see you again. They want to see you never. And I just want to say, after this series, I think I'm gonna take a break from divorce for a minute because it's.
Wait, but there's like a new season?
Oh my god, I know. I know. Tiffany won't stop talking about it.
Oh,
and also, like,
no.
the more that I watch
There's
this
more
season, the more that I'm
seasons?
like, you know what? Third couple that I used to call chill husband and wife. Maybe
Oh.
you're not so fucking chill. Like, maybe
What?
you guys are also insane.
What?
So the first series that we did on
What?
this was from season 4, the same
Yep.
season, and it was a couple called Mai and Lee. Lee's a
Watched
famous
all
singer,
three.
and Mai is someone that I suspect might have escaped out of my worst nightmare. She honestly might have escaped
Yeah.
from an asylum. She has somehow become a real life embodiment of my
I
sleep paralysis demon.
hate
She has been
her.
haunting me
I
since I
hate
started
her.
that series. I was pacing the room at how frustrating she was even to just watch, to survey, to watch with my eyeballs. Now here's the problem though. People say if you were to rank the individuals from season 4, from best to worst, Mai, the one that had me in cold sweats on my office desk,
Yeah.
she would rank second to last. She's not even the worst. The worst goes to a guy named Yangzhe.
Youngja.
Yangzhe, this is the man
Yangzhe.
that gives life
Yangzhe.
to the concept of selfishness.
Oh,
He is
no.
so pure
Oh,
that he has
no.
not been polluted by knowledge, by self-awareness, not even a little bit. And it is a shame that I have very strong Wi-Fi connection and very little self-control because
I don't have
I would
strong
like to not
Wi-Fi,
witness
so
this
I'm
man's
good.
destruction. I wouldn't. I've got other things to do, but apparently
Okay.
not because I've watched every second of it out of pure
Oh, no.
intellectual
Oh, no.
curiosity and nothing else. So for that, I shall bestow upon you.
Okay,
the
how
pleasure
is
of
he
getting to
gonna be
know
worse
none other
than
the king of
mine?
dads, Professor Yangzhe.
Okay.
King of dads.
Young-
That's what
Yangzhe.
they call him. The
King
king
of
of dads.
dads?
Yeah, and spoiler alert, he's the worst dad I've ever seen in my life, okay?
King of
but he's
dads.
dadding all the time, but not in a daddy way. He's the guy that gets caught FaceTiming another woman on a celebrity reality divorce
No.
show.
The
Ah,
kind that
I'm so
should have got
frustrated.
the
What do
milk.
you mean? Like a lover?
It
Like he's
seems like
cheating?
it. It seems like it. I have to give you background on this guy, otherwise it's not going to make any sense.
Okay,
Yangzhe,
okay,
if you guys
background.
watched our acting show, this
Nope,
this
I
acting
did
show
not.
was my only ray
Should
of light
I
when we were in
watch
New
that
York
video?
for the trial for like months. Okay, the RM team and I would sit
I
there and watch
might.
this acting show, and the one time that we would get frustrated, we'd have to fast forward some of Yangzhe's parts because he's. Let me just describe. Okay, so
Okay.
the first opening scene of this acting show, the first episode, all of these newbie actors, because
This is
you're
a
not.
different show.
This is a different reality show
We talked
Right.
about.
that he was on, and this
He
was
was
my
also.
first time getting to know this
Okay.
motherfucker. And let me tell you, my displeasure. Okay, so I'm watching
Hopefully
the
this
show, and all
doesn't
of these
spoil me
newbie
too
actors
much.
are coming in here, and you know what? This show is cursed from the get-go because
Oh.
there's another connection to Yu Meng Long. Anyway, cursed.
Wait,
cursed,
wait,
okay?
wait,
This season is cursed.
Run that
Get-go
back?
because there's
Oh. Okay, yeah, I didn't watch that video on the channel, but I did watch those videos about Yumin Long. So
another connection to Yu Meng Long. Anyway, cursed. Okay, the
cursed.
season is cursed.
Yes.
So then he's on there, and everyone's supposed to be acting in like it's like an improv thing, but it's weird because you're like improving, but these judges just like walk around in real time. And there's an idol
Okay.
pretending to be a cat. There's couples fighting. It's like a performance city. And he decides, hey, what's like the best thing that I could probably do? What can I act out so naturally that it just like really hits home because I sell it so well? I'm going
king.
to sexually harass a woman on the street. That's Young's great fucking idea. All the mentors are so uncomfortable. One of them is pulling her
Why would you do that?
closer and closer to her
Why-
neck, looking in disdain.
Why would you?
Everyone
Why
feels
would you
uncomfortable.
He was
willingly
playing-
choose
acting
that?
as a pervert?
Yeah, Chester the molester. That's what he was doing on this
What?
improv show. And it's like, he was kind of pulling it off so well to the point where netizens were like, wait, I'm really freaked out by this, okay? So then he goes online and he's very upset with that. This is
Why would you willingly choose to portray yourself like that?
Young to science. He says, hey, I should have been the top rated actor for that scene. Think about it. Think about it. You know what I mean? Nobody liked my acting. And that's unfair to me because a scene of my character teasing a woman on the streets, did I not act well?
Teasing?
Didn't everyone feel psychologically uncomfortable? Then doesn't that mean I acted it well? In my heart, I am actually even more dramatic than everyone thinks I am. When a fish cries, the water knows. But when I cry, who knows?
The
Bro,
fuck?
I don't even know what that means.
When the fish
When the-
cry?
when
The
the
water
fish-
knows. But when I
What?
cry, who knows?
I guess we
What?
know.
Is that a Chinese like saying? Is that like a prophecy? What is this?
What? I don't know, honey.
Okay, the best part of all of this
Okay.
is this is an acting newbie show, okay? This motherfucker is a veteran. He has acted in at least 30 films and TV
Damn.
dramas.
Dang.
He's out here with people who just make skits for TikTok. And they're like, yeah, I really want to break out into acting. This guy has been in 30 different productions. His name stays on the credits roll like it's a fucking template that you can buy on Canva. However, almost all 30 films have an average rating between 3.2 to 5 out of 10. Out of 10.
Oh.
One of his first
Oh.
movies was last weekend. 21 people.
Out of 10. I've never seen a show rated out of 10. I was like, oh, 3 to 5. That's pretty good. Out of 10 is crazy.
Watched it.
Jesus.
The box office grossed $12.14, but he keeps
What?
getting booked more roles. It's
Why?
a mystery, right? It's a mystery.
Why?
And they look into it. Guess
He's
who's
not
paying for
even
these
good
movies?
looking.
He
Why?
is. Okay? And he's the only one watching them too. Some people thought that these movies were actually just his way of setting up ways to kiss like massive female actresses, like top female actress
like
stars.
on screen, like
Yeah, his acting is okay. So I'm gonna give you his. You'll know how he's acting because he has a very signature move. Have you seen those TikToks where it's like when bad actors start every sentence with a huff? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like,
No.
Well, no, I
I
haven't.
don't know.
I don't know why I said yeah.
I haven't seen her since last summer. Do you know what I mean? Or they're like the ones who like fake a stutter, or the ones who shake their head nonstop. Okay, it's giving Kalel no.
Kalel, no.
Bro, have you heard Gal Gadot speak Chinese?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
I did
Oh.
not hear. Chinese.
Okay. Someone said her speaking Chinese sounds like Dothraki. The
What?
Game of Thrones
Who?
made up language.
Oh.
Anyway, okay, nevertheless, Yang Ji also has his own signature
Never
style.
watched Game of
It's 50% Botox. So all the Botox is on the left side of his face and he just like smirks the right side. Like, what did I say about that? Like just smirking the right side perpetually. Unsurprisingly, not successful, but he does end up finding love with a massive female
Hello.
actress by the name of Eva Huang.
Eva.
Eva Huang was one of the top female actresses in China. She's
Okay.
very talented. And before anybody
Pretty.
accuses her of being a gold digger for only falling in love with Yang Diff for his money, she's actually pretty wealthy. Okay, maybe not as rich, but her parents are from academia. She's a very strong person. Even in interviews back from 2004, this is like the height of people wanting soft girls. She straight up says, I have
Really?
my own theories and views in life, and I'm pretty stubborn. Like, it's very difficult to convince me otherwise. But
Okay.
everything kind of goes out from under when she has to get out of a contract with her agency. It's $1 million to break that termination.
Oh,
She's
damn.
22. She's not getting booked roles because the agency is like, if you're not going to be with us, then we're not going to book you roles. You're not going to make any money. So you're going to be a sitting duck for the next like 10 years. And then no one will even remember you in 10 years and your career is effectively over. Well, guess who
damn.
comes in and pays for the termination fee?
Daddy Yangzi.
Daddy Yang Okay, so
Ooh.
neither of them confirmed the dating early on. Eva keeps saying he's a good friend. Yang
And then he
keeps saying he's her
cheats
manager.
on her?
So Yangzi is he's an Apple baby,
Yeah.
right? Is he family very very wealthy or?
Okay, when I was like researching it, they're like, his family's so wealthy, right?
Mhm.
But then the way he leeches on Eva, I don't know.
Mm.
It makes me question, okay?
Hmm.
So at this point, he's 30, she's 22, and he
So, okay, so either one, he's not rich, or he's just very Mr. Krabs. Like, that's the vibe.
thinks the best way to debut their just romance is through the screen.
But Mr.
So
Krabs
he
would never
funds a
cheat, though.
movie where both of them play the lead love interest. Just imagine you're dating a guy,
Okay,
and he's like, "I'm going to fund a movie, and you're an actress. I'm an actor.
right.
Like, what do you think the plot of this movie is going to be? Because
Oh,
I want the
God.
world to know how much I love you. Like, what should the plot be?
Oh, God.
What do you think is the best thing that's going to sell?
A happy
Yang
ever
Zi is a
after?
powerful rich man who takes Eva's V card.
What?
Then he starts manipulating her mentally, gaslighting her, spreading rumors about her, torturing her mentally until she wastes away and dies.
Is this like a thriller? What is it?
I don't know what it is.
Psychological thriller?
It's a psycho. See, that's
I mean, honestly, show that to Book Talk, and that's a bestseller, honestly. Wild plot, dumb plot, but Book Talk would love that, though. I have seen some wild fucking ads for Book Talk. I don't even want to get into this shit. Book Talk has had me seen.
guys are always like, ew, girls love dark romance. They're sick and twisted in the head. I'm sorry that we think male characters who save us from danger and will protect us from physical, emotional, and yes, sometimes financial harm are hot. But at the end of most dark romance books, it's like a very cute ass, normal ass family. Okay, the guy retires.
I have seen Stephanie. I think you're on the good side of Book Talk. Okay, the side I've seen is not a happy ending. Okay, I think you got lucky with the side you saw.
From the mafia so that he can be a dad to their 29 children, and they're still doing it because married life isn't going to make them cool down, and they're still hot and steamy, but also they like really love each other on a profoundly deep level.
Right,
Even though
right,
they've
sure.
said like 3 sentences to each other the entire
That's definitely
329
what
page
I've
free
seen.
Kindle Unlimited smut book.
we know who's been reading what now.
I'm sorry. But when guys create dark romance, the girls die at the end. The girl dies at the end. What do you mean?
Did she come back like, as a ghost?
And they start
What?
doing it as like, no, she's dead. And the
Okay.
credits roll. I mean, you need to really be like evaluated in a federal facility, okay?
Right.
But that kickstarts their on-screen chemistry, if you would call it that. I'm dogging on them, but I'm really just dogging on Yangja.
Right.
He's funding it. I'm sure he's the one creating these storylines. Eva is a phenomenal actress, and he's just I don't know what he is. Okay,
He's,
their most famous work, though, is the fairy couple. There are 7 fairies in Chinese folklore.
Oh,
Also,
okay.
I realized something has been happening to me recently, and I gotta chill. I gotta stop. But every time I think back on like all these like old Korean folktales my parents used to tell me about when I was a kid. Now that I look back at it, I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, so basically,
What?
this they recreated a movie of one of the fairies, the youngest fairy. The story goes like this: main male lead, hardworking man, but has to work out of poverty to pay for his dad's funeral. Okay, not making a lot of money. Honestly, it's bad. 7th fairy from heaven sees this all play out on Earth. She's watching, I don't know, 8 billion people, and she's like, that one right there. He's not even hot. She's so touched that she descends from the skies, marries him in secret, and works selling her magic to give him the money so that he can repay his debts. I'm like, hello? Are you a pimp? What's happening right now? Okay, but then her dad finds out, summons her back to heaven, so they have to.
I mean, I feel like that's most, like, back in the day plots. Poor guy, poor woman, get saved by rich, what's the word I'm looking for? Royalty, prince, princess. That's like most plots. So this seems pretty normal.
To break up. So basically, this guy just wins the lottery. Like, what part of this is romantic? It feels like forced labor. That's what it feels like. I'm kidding, but I have beef with Yangja, and I'm letting it taint my perception of
most
everything. I feel
families
like
just
the
don't
original
agree to
folktale
the
is probably very
poverty
romantic and very
stuff.
heartfelt and moving, but the way it plays out in this drama is like the most insane, gnarly shit I've seen.
Okay.
The way that he just leaves his mark on the entire script, he scripts it so that all the other 6 fairies, who's the sisters of this 7th fairy that he falls in love with, they're all jealous that the littlest sister gets to marry this random ass human.
No way.
Yeah, and I'm like, if I'm a fairy,
I mean, this is just like a
tackling it
harem.
human. That's crazy.
This is just
You
a
know, they die in like
harem.
70 years, right? Like, I would just be tackling, okay? But they keep saying things like, I wonder if my brother-in-law has any brothers. I'd like to marry one.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Why?
Okay. Yangja is Huang Xiaoming without the audience. Like, in private. Like, he's doing private,
Dude,
very
this is
expensive
like
private acting.
Dissing on both of them.
I know.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry. Vtubers once
I don't know who's worse now.
Actually, that's funny because when you read all the comments of this show, they go, why haven't Yangja and Yaka gotten together?
I don't know
All
who
the
she's
comments
referencing.
are like, someone linked them up together. Someone introduced them.
So good.
Other lines from this drama are
I
like,
totally
although he
agree.
only wears rags, he carries himself with such dignity, gentle and refined. At one point, the Jade Emperor, so the Jade Emperor is the dad of the 7
Daddy.
fairies. Yeah,
Okay.
he's the daddy, okay? At one point, he's like, now I finally understand why my 7th fairy would break heaven's law again and again and again and again for him.
I
I
know.
wouldn't even jaywalk for this man. This film is brainwashing 101. For example, in the movie, there is a scene where Yangja gets his wife pregnant and she's craving sour tangerines. Oh my god,
Okay.
she's craving sour tangerines. Have you ever met a pregnant person with a pregnancy craving? It's the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my life. My sister was pregnant 2 times and I still have nightmares about this. When she would get a pregnancy craving, I feel like, you think hangry is bad. A pregnant woman with a pregnancy craving, she will eat our heads off. Like, I feel like she was ready to tear people apart until she got like her random ass Taco Bell combination with like the most random side condiments. Nobody
My mom ate like pickles and Oreos.
was having a good time. And you know what? She deserved it. She deserved every single bite of that Taco
course.
Bell. Like, she deserved whatever she wanted when she was pregnant. Anyway, he goes out, buys a bag of sweet
Yeah.
tangerines.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
If I want sour candy and you bring me a bag of Skittles, I will commit
Oh.
gender-based hate crimes. Because I would do the same thing. If my husband wants sour candy, I'm getting the man sour candy. I'm not bringing home M&Ms.
Of course.
He doesn't even
Of
like sour
course.
candy, but you get the point. He convinces his wife, no, babe. How could I let you, my pregnant wife, eat these tooth-achingly sour tangerines that you asked for? I know that you only asked because you didn't want me to waste more money on the sweet ones because the sweet ones are more expensive. Here, eat the sweet
I would
This is
I
great.
would
I don't want
stab
what you
him.
think. I don't want what I think.
Yes, I'm telling you, they're the same people. Okay?
I
And then
would
he would
stab
pace around
him.
his pregnant wife in the show, and he would say things like, please let it be a son. Only then can the family line continue. Only then will I be worthy in front of ancestors.
Oh, you know what I just realized? A lot of these romance books you read
Yeah.
are all written by women.
Oh, yeah.
So these male leads, like these CEO or whatever, are written by women. Now, these drama, they're badass CEOs.
Yes.
Oh. Okay, am I back? I just saw that drop so quick. Oh no. Oh no. Why is my Wi-Fi going down? Oh no. Oh, are we back? No, we are not. No. What is going on with my Wi-Fi lately? Okay, it's It'll be fine.
But they're written by dudes.
Yes.
So it's just
I
so
give
cringy,
up.
right?
It's so
Oh my
cringy.
God.
Okay, so
I'm just telling you. I feel like if you need help in the dating sphere as a straight guy, read some romance novels written by women.
Right.
Read some smut.
Yeah, you know, sometimes I'll lay in bed and he'll read me some smut out loud, and then he'll be like, "What are you reading?" But he doesn't judge. Okay, that's rule number one.
Yes.
He also tells his wife that he likes when she's blushing, but he's too broke to buy her blush. I'm just saying, then you don't get blush. What? But he convinces her to drink wine because natural blush will bloom on her cheeks after a sip, and she's pregnant.
Well, okay. Yeah. First off, she's pregnant. But second off, just make her laugh, and you know her cheeks will blush naturally from your great humor.
This whole thing is goofy.
Crazy.
This whole thing is goofy.
Yes.
It prompts people to leave even goofier comments. One person writes about this drama and about Youngja. This character not only has a shoehorn-shaped face, but also an underbite. Whenever he talks, he slightly shakes his head like an elementary school student reciting a textbook.
They're personally attacking his look, y'all.
Yes. But you're gonna die. This is actually probably one of the nicer hate comments I've
Oh
seen.
my God.
Listen, when
That's
people attack my look,
nice.
and y'all, sometimes I see some of the really mean stuff you guys say, okay? I ignore it, but I see it and I feel it. Attacking the looks is like the least of the concerns. But Youngja, not Youngja, this one, our prince decides this is a personal, very personal attack. He comes out to tell the public about this specific comment.
Oh.
No
Like, it
fucking
was
way.
keeping him up at
No
night.
fucking way. You
It
picked
It was
on a hate
definitely keeping him
comment?
at
This one,
night.
the shoehorn shaped face with an underbite.
That's so funny.
And he said, my mom read that.
She started laughing.
Mom.
She got so upset that she cried. She called to ask me, does the government not care about such vicious comments? Is that what people say? This is what we want? She was so distraught, she called for a family meeting. Like an entire board meeting with the family to talk about it. In another drama, Eva is the prettiest girl in the school, and the guys are chasing after her. This is college. They're all 19-year-olds. Okay, reminder, they're all 19-year-olds. Eva has the Pretty Little Liars effect. She's got the Vampire Diaries effect. What does that mean? That means she's 30 playing a 17-year-old high schooler.
Okay.
It's fine. She looks 17, she looks 19. It doesn't matter,
Right.
okay? The
He
entire drama
cannot.
series, honestly, it does
Please.
pretty well,
Tell
right?
me he does
Youngja is
not.
not in it for most episodes. And it's like the whole plot of this is like very good acting, delivery of lines, absence of smirking.
And then he
All these
shows
guys
up.
are fighting for Eva. She's like the most popular girl in the school.
Right.
And she's like debating between which one to choose, until the very last, second to last episode.
Yeah.
A guy walks into frame, trench coat, collar popped.
Oh no.
I said, who is that, a professor? Is that
Oh,
an
no.
administrator? Is that Eva's dad?
Oh no.
It's Youngja, a man in
No.
his mid-30s playing a 19-year-old.
Transfer student?
Oh yeah.
No fucking way.
He looks like a fucking parent. He looks like he complains every morning about how something is wrong with his back and he must have just slept weird, and then everyone else in the room is like, well, you say that every morning, so you might just be fucking old, okay? He says he doesn't know. He thinks it's the sleeping position. He swaps out 5 different mattresses, and you're like, at this point, just admit it. You're getting old, and that's okay. Everybody ages. He looks like he's had multiple colonoscopies because he's reached that age where it's important to be vigilant. But no, he's playing a 19-year-old. Like, he looks so old. I'm so sorry. He looks very old. I know some 30-year-olds, like, they'll play 19-year-olds on camera, and it works.
Most Disney
It's really
stars.
creepy. This is just the drama on the camera. Off camera, in 2015, Youngja and Eva go viral because Youngja's dad dies. Paparazzi follows them to Youngja's dad's funeral, and they see a little baby sitting next to them, and they're like, who the it's their son. Turns out they've been married for years, and they have a son. And for a really long time,
No one knew
everyone
that?
thinks, well, if they're happy, it's like Hong Xiaoming and Angela Baby, domineering, bossy CEO, Nepo
Okay.
Baby, and then his loving, quieter wife who's focusing on her own like career. But out of nowhere, the two of them end up on season 4 of the divorce variety show. See you again. Eva mentions, she drops some bombshell. She says,
I
actually,
forgot what we were
separated
watching
and
for a
not being together
second.
for years at this point. They haven't even been in the same room for a really long time.
Wow.
Okay, and this is the 3rd year that she's been telling him that she wants a divorce. The
Okay.
producers, the very first episode, all the couples, they don't see each other. So they each
Why
get
did
houses.
it take years? Why are you not divorced if you're that like set in stone on it? What?
In the same compound, but they don't mingle.
But I
so
mean,
they have no idea who else is
content
there.
for the
Eva
content,
is
right?
escorted into her house first, and then she's waiting for Youngja. Youngja walks in. It's very awkward. Okay, it's like 2 penguins trying to avoid waddling into each other the whole time. They just look uncomfortable around each other for a married couple. And the first meme to come out of this relationship is they have like the little producer on camera moments where they're sitting on a chair talking to the producers into the camera, and it's Eva and her 7 husbands, Evelyn Hugo and her 7 husbands. That's the vibe. Just to give you a context, okay? Eva has a group chat with her and her 7 husbands because Youngja
I know this.
has 7 phones, and he has
Oh.
7 separate WeChat accounts. Right? So it's like
Why?
everyone needs 7 separate WeChat accounts, which is like WhatsApp.
Cheating.
It's like a Kakao Talk, right?
Cheating.
And because on WeChat, you can only have 1 number per WeChat account. Like you can only register 1 WeChat account for your 1 number, right?
Yeah.
And once you do that, you can only have 5,000 friends that you can add to your WeChat. That's it.
5,000 contacts.
5,000 contacts, and then you max out. Nobody ever maxes out. Nobody. 1 number, you don't max out. 5,000
5,000?
people?
He's cheating.
What could you possibly do
It's
if
for
you do it?
cheating.
5,000 people.
It's for
And he has
cheating.
7 phones.
Yes.
It's for cheating.
35,000 contacts.
So he made a group chat with Eva and his 7 different WeChat accounts just in case he doesn't have the phone on him that she's trying to reach him. It's a
Bro.
group chat.
Bro.
Crazy.
Netizens are cackling. They say whenever Eva sends him a message, all 7 of his phones light up. There really is no excuse for him to not reply to his wife.
Yeah, there
Another
isn't.
one comments, it's the fact that when you look at screenshots, Eva is not the admin of the account of the group chat.
He made it?
He made the group chat. But that also means that she can't tag everyone easily or something like that. They're just saying when you're not the admin of a group chat, it's like really annoying. So like there's just a lot of extra things Eva has to do every day. It's just, okay, so 7 phones, a group chat. He still never responds to Eva. He says, I get a few hundred messages every day.
Well, you
Every day.
get 7
My
from her.
personal principles in life is that I want every friend in my circle to feel like they can get a response from me. I don't want anyone to feel ignored.
Except my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, except my wife. She can feel ignored. I don't really care what she thinks. It's not like she's my wife or anything.
I want anyone to hold resentment toward me.
Except my
Except the
wife.
mom of my kid.
Yes, because Eva, even if I upset her, I have chances to make her feel better and make it right.
Oh,
but with some
that's
friends,
crazy.
if I miss that one interaction, there might never be another interaction to repair the relationship. And you know what I'm thinking?
What's wrong with this guy?
I'm thinking that's not friendship. That sounds like you're talking to girls. Guys don't care if you don't respond to their text message.
Yeah.
True.
That's so weird. Where do you even add these amount of people? Like, does he just anybody he runs into, like every person that he comes across, like here's my
Triple.
WeChat.
Oh, he's probably meeting people online.
Oh.
Ooh.
His fans sliding into his DMs.
Okay. So he's asked about the last thing that Eva posted onto her social media. He says, I have not even a clue. Not even one clue. He said he has so many friends, her posts never show up on his feed. Okay? But the infuriating part is Eva is telling the producers that one of the reasons that she wants a divorce is, and I feel like this is very sensitive for some people, but she says that she married Youngsu because he was a man that could lead and she felt safe. Like she met him when she was very young and he was a leader in the relationship and she felt very secure to follow his instructions. And
He
then he just starts
looks
abusing his power
his
and being
age.
a full-blown idiot. He starts signing contracts for her without even thinking about her. So he's her agent and he would sign like 3 different acting roles at the same time without asking her, without consulting her schedule, without getting her permission. And at one point, because of the contractual obligations, she would sleep like 2 or 3 hours a day. That's it, for like a year. And people, all of her coworkers hated her because they thought that she was the one that was just money hungry and she didn't really care for any project. She was just doing it for the money. I don't know what he's doing. Okay, I don't think
Divorce,
and everyone is just
babes.
blaming Eva for all of this. He's an asshole. He's just
Yeah.
such an asshole. There's a clip of a reality show that both Youngja and Eva were on where he says, I tell Eva all the time that most stars are uneducated. The earlier you become a star, the more uneducated you are.
Oh no.
What does that mean? Like he's trying to tell.
When
Saying
did he
celebrities,
start?
Actresses, actors, they're dumb. He's saying
When did he start? When did he start acting? Was it in the womb? Is that when he started acting?
that
Seems
as
like
he's
it.
trying to be an actor in the
Yeah.
entertainment world. Okay. Sitting next to his wife, who is an actress, and you tell me who's dumb. The host asks Eva, he says you're uneducated. Aren't you angry? Eva doesn't say anything. Here's the thing about Eva. She is so calm and so collected. I
Okay.
don't understand. I don't understand how someone can be so poised all the time. Like she never breaks. Never.
High
And she
EQ,
even,
huh?
yeah, and she never even looks that bothered. Every time
Damn.
Youngja says some shit that makes me stop the video, I have to like pound my space bar. I have to walk 5 circles around the room. Eva the whole time is slightly smiling. I'm actually low-key convinced that she came on this dating show so that she could divorce Youngja and he could not tell the world that it was her problem. Because now whatever he says, no one's believing him. No one's
Yeah,
gonna believe him. The way,
yeah.
oh,
Do you think she's like emotionally checked out a long time ago?
no, because she still cares about him.
Oh really?
Okay, so personally, I can relate to her because sometimes I have family members who just say insane shit, but you just gotta hold it in, okay? You can't show any discomfort or reaction to the things that they say, okay? You can't show reaction, okay? You just you gotta plain face it, okay? That's what I imagine she's doing. She just holds it in until she's alone. That's my theory, my
Huh.
game
Like, you think
theory.
she's just like super high EQ?
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
And so Youngja responds for her. If you're truly uneducated, why would you be mad?
Why would you be offended if I'm stating the obvious?
So Eva is expressing all of her thoughts to the producers, and Youngja tells them that he doesn't really know why Eva wants to get a divorce. He says, I think Eva has her grievances, even if they aren't true. She believes she has her grievances, and the whole thing is a little bit childish. He even describes the first impression he had of Eva when they first met. He believes that she's a brat. He said, yeah, my first impression was she's definitely pretty, but she's got like her own bratty charm. So remember how in the first episode of this marriage series, the first test is the marriage quiz. There's
Right.
3 couples, each one
And
has
they
to answer
did
questions,
horrible,
write their answers
didn't
down on a
they?
piece of paper, like what's your favorite movie, very
Right.
basic knowledge stuff. And then they sit next to their partner in an armchair while the producers
God,
start
is
asking
he
them, hey, what's your partner's favorite movie? And they cross-reference the sheets. Remember Mai and Lee, they had the most points out of how well they know each other, but
Yeah.
the whole time it just seemed like Mai wanted to prove that she had the most points and not really anything else. Like she did not
Yeah.
care about her husband. She was just like, did I win? Am I the best wife ever? Like that was her,
Yeah,
okay?
she just
And I
wanted
thought
to
that was bad.
brag.
I thought that was bad. But I'm sitting here watching Youngja and Eva. I don't think they have ever met before this show. I think this is
Really?
their first date. They don't know their wedding anniversary.
Both of them?
Neither of them.
Wow.
Oh.
You know, I laugh, I giggle, right? But then every time someone
How?
asks me for my wedding anniversary, I also stutter. Because I'm like, wait, I am married, right? So like, what do I tell them? Do I tell them the anniversary that we celebrate? Do I tell them the day that we legally got married? Or do I tell them the day that we had our wedding ceremony? Like, there are 3 different fucking dates.
Yeah.
And then I always just go,
Damn.
I don't know. And then they're like, oh. I'm pretty sure there are at least like 5 realtors that think we absolutely hate each other's guts. Like, there's just no way. Okay. So anyways, favorite color, favorite season. They're sitting here like this is the bar exam. They're stressing. They don't know.
colors or
Forehead veins are
seasons.
popping out because Youngja can't think of Eva's favorite holiday, hobby, nothing. I believe that their very first point that they gain comes from like, what's your partner's biggest pet peeve about you? And then they finally get this shit right. It's the fact that Eva hates that Youngja doesn't know the difference between day and night. He does
What?
not know. He doesn't know when the moon comes out. He will go to
No.
sleep at 10 in the morning and wake up at 3 p.m.
Okay, night
They
owl?
have 2 children.
That
So Eva will wake up with the children, get them ready for the day, hang out with them. He will be up way later and not be involved in their lives at all. But he says it's also kind of Eva's fault because if she really wanted to...
Oh.
No, I can't believe I'm saying these things out loud. If she really wanted to spend time with him, she could adapt to his schedule.
Oh my god, this guy's on another level.
When he finally does have time, I guess it would be her.
Can we just go back to his the earlier you start acting, the dumber you are? Like, I feel like you started acting a 1,000 years ago. What the fuck do you mean? Do you want the kids to adapt to your schedule? Do you want the teachers to adapt to your schedule? Do you want the world to adapt to your schedule? That's not how this works.
Her dinner, his breakfast. Eva says, we've actually never had a meal together when he wasn't on a call with someone from start to finish. Yeah, Youngja admits, you know, fine, I'm rarely with the kids. That's a problem. I'm aware of it.
I'm rarely with the kids?
Yeah, he's like, I never see the kids.
Damn.
I get it, it's a problem. To which Eva is asked, what is Youngja the most afraid of losing? And she's sitting there with a big old smile on her face.
Money.
And I'm like, girl, say it.
Fame.
Say it. Even Youngja is like, just say it. Say it. Say what's on your mind.
His 7 phones.
No,
No?
I mean, close, okay? But like, you know, good, very good, easy answers.
Money,
My wife,
women.
my kids, my da-da-da-da-da.
You said Eva was smiling?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to
I'm
hear her
like,
answer.
no, she's got a lot to say, okay? This is a woman who could write 25 memoirs and I would eat it all up. She would, so she says he is the most afraid of losing money. Youngja
Yeah.
looks highly uncomfortable. And remember how there's like a panel? There's like reaction panels.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Other celebrities.
Other celebrities who are reacting. It's like a panel. I'm going to call them the panel. And it
I
cuts
mean,
to the
that
panel.
feels
And they're like,
obvious.
she hit the nail on the head. Look at him. Look at him. Look at his body language. That's the right answer. That's the right answer. And he's like, no, wrong, beep, womp womp, incorrect. So
That's
I'm like,
the
okay,
right
he's
answer.
passionate. He's gonna hit her with a, my biggest fear. Are you
Fame.
crazy? My biggest fear is that one of our beautiful
Fame.
children that have come into this earth, that have graced my presence,
Losing
and have
his
changed my life,
fame.
and the fiber of my being.
Getting
is if
a
one of them were to fall
1-star
down. He said,
movie.
it's my eyes.
Huh?
You're what? My eyesight. If I lose my eyesight, it would be devastating because my favorite hobby is collecting antiques. So having eyesight is very important to me. Netizens are commenting in the live
Not
chat,
even
I
so you
do
can
not
see
have
your
eyesight
wife.
now. Like, they were getting very frustrated. Then Youngja is asked about Eva's favorite flower, and he's like, I know this one, lily. No, roses. No. The producer's like, Eva, what's your favorite flower? It's a tulip.
Aw.
And then it's quiet. Just silence. The producers know what they're doing. And the producer goes, what kind of flowers do you buy, Eva? Lilies and roses. Okay. This man has just been gifting her lilies and roses for like 20 years.
Damn.
There's actually so many
20
sad moments where it looks like
years?
Eva's about to cry. At one point, Youngja is asked about her favorite hobby. He's giggling. He's like, I don't know. And then he's like, do you even have hobbies? Okay,
Damn.
I'm sorry that she's a working woman and she's raising 2 children by herself, like a single mother.
Hell
So
yeah.
what are you doing on your 7 fucking phones? Oh, okay. She says like the most high EQ thing. See, if that were me sitting in that chair, I'd say, what do you mean I don't have hobbies? Is it because I'm so busy watching the kids all day? Is it because I'm so busy? It would be a fight. It would be a fight, right?
Yeah.
Eva says, nobody would write no hobbies on a test like this. Which means answer the fucking question. Why do you think I have no hobbies? Okay? Finally, she smiles and she says that she wrote down sleep. Which, okay, fine, whatever, questionable. Which he snorts and he says, you might as well have said nothing.
Damn.
And it looks like Eva's about to start crying.
Aw.
Really?
The only answer Youngja gets right off the bat is Eva's social security number, because as her former manager agent,
Oh my
he
God.
money stealer, he would have to write it all down on all the contracts and forms to seal the deal. You know, Youngja ends up scoring the lowest
Are
out of
they
all 3
just
guests.
telling them
3
that?
couples.
Well, I
Yes,
wonder.
he scores the lowest. So each individual is scored. He is the lowest. So they go
Of
back to their room.
course.
It's awkward. It's awkward.
So they're like sleeping in the same bed and stuff.
Yeah, and so no, there's 2 beds.
Oh, but same room.
Yeah. And they get a note card from the producers. Youngja opens it up and it tells him, because you are at the bottom of the list from the marriage quiz, you need to pack your bags and move out of your room immediately and move into the special room that we have prepared for you.
What?
As for your partner, Eva, she has the choice to stay in this nice room or go and suffer with you. Of course, Eva is high EQ and she's very nicely trying to say no by acting very confused by what the card is saying. Let me tell you something. The minute someone is acting very confused, they don't want to do what you're suggesting. Okay, I learned this too. And I am...
Wait, what does that mean? Eva was like, well, what do you mean? Like, am I supposed to go?
yeah, like what does that mean? I don't understand what that means. Like,
Oh,
what?
she don't want to. She
It's
don't
the
want to
what?
go.
You get the what? that person does not want to hang out with you, okay? And that's okay. I've gotten the what a few times. It's okay. Move on. We can find new friends. We can be each other's friends. But that means she doesn't want to go.
Yeah.
She's unfamiliar with Mandarin. She said English only, please. I don't know what this card means. And that's a very big hint. Like, no, go suffer alone, you weirdo. But he sighs. They're asking you if you will come suffer with me, or would you rather stay here and enjoy yourself alone? She just like avoids the topic, okay? And then he hits her with it's a Chinese saying, okay? Husband and wife are like birds sharing the same tree. When a storm hits, they fly their separate ways. AKA, when things are good, couples stay together. When things are bad, they separate. But you're the one that scored the lowest.
They should have
No one told you to
separated
be
a
an
few
idiot.
years
You're the
ago.
storm, bro.
You are the disaster. So at this point, Eva has no
You
choice.
are the
Fine,
storm.
I'll go take a look first. So they get escorted into his special room, and it looks like an escape room nightmare. To be fair, it looks like a set. So they make like a little escape room building. That's what it looks like, okay?
This is like a
Walking everything
Mr.
down the walls.
Beast set.
Bed is like one of those camping beds. It's
Oh,
like
no, don't watch
6
those.
poles and then like camping tent fabric on top.
What?
There's like a small rudimentary kitchen. You know, there's those like old cooking videos in China where it's like the fire and then you have the giant wok.
Like old style, like you put
Yes.
wood underneath, like you
Yes.
burn wood and then the giant wok to
Yeah,
cook.
so it's got one of those, and I mean it's bad because there is no real door, so there's bugs and flies coming in. It's giving dungeon, but it's giving dungeon scene for rent for film projects. Like it's clearly not dirty or gross or unsafe.
Yeah,
Not that that's a problem, but like it's like a
built
set.
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
they built it. So they get inside, and Young's is
It looks a little dirty.
not bad. He's like, this is great. Obviously, I could do it. He starts lighting up the fire in the kitchen, and he's humming like he does this every day of his life. And I'm like, I just know you have an electric cooktop that you've never touched. I don't even think you've got a gas cooktop. You got the electric one, induction. You don't touch that shit. I just know. And she's confused also. Like, you can just tell. That's also the thing with Mai. That's the thing with Mai. That's the thing with Youngza. You just know when someone doesn't do anything because the partner, when they start doing that thing that they act like they do all the time, the partner looks at them like, what? But they don't want to out them on national television, so they're just like, okay.
What is he doing?
He's starting the fire for the wok.
Oh, like he's about to cook something.
Yeah.
But he's never
And
cooked a
Eva's
day in
looking
his
at him like,
life.
You're gonna cook? You're gonna cook? So he's rolled up his
You?
sleeves.
Classic.
He lights the fire, starts
Burn his sleeves.
starts pouring in a ton of oil into the wok.
Oh my god.
Eva is
Deep
just quietly
fry.
sitting there wanting to leave. She keeps giving him hints. She's like, I'm so sleepy. And she keeps saying, things like,
Please.
I'm gonna leave.
Girl,
and then Candle
please
notices
go
that she
back.
still
You
doesn't
don't have to
leave, and
suffer
they're like,
with
oh my God, it's
him.
like she's waiting permission to leave. So this is her subtle way of like, hey, tell me it's okay to leave, which is like,
Yeah.
they feel bad, right? But also she's so high EQ. And finally, he's like, yeah, you should go get some rest, and I'm gonna cook dinner for you, and I'll come get you when the dinner is ready. And she's looking at him. She's looking at the wok. And she's like, don't come get me. But she doesn't say that. So he's still trying to like get her to come back into this dungeon. I think it's crazy that he's like, go, but I'm gonna come fetch you again.
Yeah, like if it's that bad, I wouldn't
Yeah.
have gotten you. Like, are you kidding me? Like, why would I want two people to suffer?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he starts heating up the oil, and out of all the things that he could have stuck in this oil, I mean, think about it. Think about wok. oil. I'm thinking, the panel's thinking, maybe you could cook up some fresh noodles, or cook up some scallion oil, throw in some green
Cake.
onions, or fry up something. Okay.
Something
He
just
grabs a pack of instant noodles.
okay.
Deep fry
Immediately,
ramen?
everyone is like, bro. This guy has never been in the kitchen. He throws in the noodles fully uncooked. Okay, it's not cooking. He
Into the
throws it
oil?
in. Yes, he starts flipping it. It's not cooking. It's just burning. So what does he do?
Don't-
He
don't you
splashes
need-
water into the oil.
That's fucking crazy.
Boom.
Explosion, right?
Smoke, bubble up. Okay.
Oh my
God.
Thankfully, the fire was not hot enough.
Uh-huh.
So the oil was not like super crazy. He thinks this is normal. He thinks like, sometimes when you go to those really nice restaurants and they have like the wok in the fire, he's like, oh yeah, I'm doing this shit, okay? So he keeps pouring more water.
Oh my god.
Flipping the
that's
ramen.
stressing me out, right?
Until finally he takes it out, puts it on a dish. The camera zooms in. It's a hockey puck.
What
It is
the
a burnt
fuck?
circular charcoal disc.
Ew.
disc. I said,
Has he never
the
had
entire room is
ramen
filled
in
with
his
smoke. And he
life?
walks out and he breaks the fourth wall. He looks at the producers. He said, hey, anyone have food? They say, no, you have to be responsible for your own dinner in the special room. Walks back in. It's getting smoggy in there, okay? He walks back out and he
Please
yells at them,
don't wake her up.
how am I supposed to cook without a broom?
扫锅的那个，知道吧？
What?
What? A broom? You know,
What?
a broom to like move things around in the pot. You mean a fucking spatula? He has like a ladle. He needs a broom.
Damn, he really has never.
No, he says the reason the smoke is filling up because he cannot clean the pot with a broom. He walks in there. His body is 99% authority, 1% competency. It's a dangerous combination. He grabs a bowl of water and he starts using his ladle to scoop hot oil into the bowl of water.
my
Naturally,
God.
erupts into little bombs of smoke.
Oh my god.
Eventually,
Oh my God.
he's standing further and further away from the stove, but he keeps doing the same thing over and over again, which is at like a COVID social distance.
Oh my god.
Eventually, all of it's just on fire. The entire wok is on fire like a bonfire. He tries scooping up the literal flames into the bowl.
No.
One of the panel members, I don't know if they have a legal background or just anxiety. They
This
just
is- this
scream,
is what-
"Children, don't try this at home!"
This is what living paycheck is. Just eating literal scoops of fire.
Yangzi is
I'm
just
gonna
calmly
die.
standing there
I'm gonna
scooping
die.
more fire out.
Scooping fire.
You ever just like meet those people? Oh, I'm so sorry. I think I can be friends with most people.
I
think I can be friends
can't.
with absolutely most people.
I
There is
can't.
maybe one type of friend I cannot be friends with.
I think
I will proudly admit I cannot stand most people. I cannot be friends with most people, okay? I will proudly admit that. I have no problem admitting that. I cannot stand most people. So
you can be friends with my.
I
I
would
definitely
not.
can't be friends with her. Ooh,
No.
definitely
Oh
not. Okay?
God,
But
no.
there's another type of person I cannot be friends with, and this is like a little bit broader. And that's because I have severe anxiety. It's actually a me problem. It's not anybody else's problem but me. I actually wish I could live this life, but I'm talking about these people. These are fully able-bodied people. People that
Right.
you know are able-bodied. This is a preface. I don't want to see any comments, okay? Please. These are fully able-bodied people. You know they are able-bodied people, okay?
Yeah.
They be fucking going bowling and playing pickleball, and they be running to go get all these other things, okay? But
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you tell
yeah.
them something bad is happening. The dog just ran out of the house. You're like, run! There's always that one person who just like never runs. They've never rushed a day in their lives. They have no internal sense of urgency. Everyone else is like booking it, and they're just like, okay, and they're grabbing a water, and they're like running with a cup of water. That's Yangzi. He's just calmly moving bonfire,
I know
flames into
someone
smaller
like that.
bowls, and his movements are so slow,
me.
and the fire is growing bigger and bigger and bigger, and the man is just standing there. And remember how the editors
Can
they
it
had to
just
hire more
burn the
editors
house
for this season
down?
of the show, even though it's season 4, and everyone was joking it's because of because Mai was giving all the editors like heart problems, you know, so they had to like take breaks. Well, there's this one edit at the end of the episode from the outside of the house, and you just like see through the window Youngjae just standing there while the fire gets bigger and bigger, and then it cuts to Mai and Lee who are lovey-dovey outside watching fireworks. As if I don't know ball. I know ball. You think I'm balling for it? Okay. Seeing Mai's face, I was getting flashbacks.
I
But
know what you're doing.
Juxtaposition, contrast of like, look at this crazy guy. Look at this completely normal couple. And I said, you think I
Normal.
don't know? You think I don't know? So I thought that's the end of episode 1, right? Wrong. 10:30
Oh.
p.m. Yangzi walks into the room where Eva is clearly knocked out onto the bed. She did her whole nighttime routine. She put on a face mask. She was reading the book Game Theory, which is about strategizing and predicting someone else's behavior so that you can improve your decision-making
But
skills.
she's reading that for really?
Yes.
The one that you were reading too?
Yes. Everyone's giggling because
Oh, she read that book so good. We know she read that book so good in the show.
nobody knows whether or not she's using this to talk to Yangzi
Uh.
or to avoid Yangzi. We don't know. And he definitely doesn't know either. He doesn't know a lot. He sees her sleeping. I mean, she might as well be drooling and snoring at this point. She looks like she's out cold. And here's what I think partners should do. I feel like you see your partner asleep, you're looking for ways to let them sleep a little more. Okay?
Right?
Hey,
Is he
This
gonna
guy's
wake her up
crazy.
for
wake up, I made
food?
dinner. I made dinner.
Oh,
Let's
no.
go. The disc, okay?
Oh no.
That smells like
Oh
smoke
no.
and probably
Oh
has
no.
the most carcinogenic air quality. After all of that shenanigans in there, he's like, here, wife, mother of my children, come on, get up. He forces her to get up from her slumber, walk back to his room with him.
Yo, this is like premeditated. How is that? Like he knows that's not edible. He knows that she's
Oh, he made new noodles.
okay, but still, like she's asleep.
It's still
What are you
definitely
doing?
I
not
know.
edible.
I know. He starts ranting on the way there about how hard it is to cook food for her because the most, like, even the littlest bit of like dirty food in her stomach, she's gonna feel sick. So that he had to ensure that she doesn't get sick and like the whole place, like the kitchen wasn't like the right setup. Sir, are you not aware of, I don't know, the 9 super HD 4K cameras around you? Like, I saw you. I saw you. Sir, I saw you. Anyway, she sits outside. He gives her a bowl of ramen and it's just like mushy instant noodles without any seasoning. Just like boiled in water. She takes a few bites of his food, and he's telling her, eat more. And then he takes a bite of the food and he's like, it's so good, it's so good. Then he goes inside and he eats a banana. And then he comes bames back out and he keeps telling Eva to eat more. And then he tells the producers that Eva is not very considerate because if she was the one that cooked this dinner, he would have at least eaten half the bowl, but she only took 1 or 2 bites.
Because
Excuse me?
This guy is
his
wow.
food, her food would have been edible. That's the main difference.
And the dinner conversation is so boring. He's just yapping in circles. Like his dinner conversation are like the old riddles that grandparents like to talk about in the panel of commentators. Every time you see Yangzi and Eva on the screen, you see the commentator start slumping and slumping a little bit more. And she's just, waiting for him to finish. And then at the end, she goes back to the room. He escorts her. And he very angrily tells the producers, it's true. I didn't get the response that I deserved. She has no intention of staying. So
I mean,
he
I
called
wouldn't
me to dinner,
either.
and then she would want to sleep there with him.
What is happening right now?
Yeah.
What is
Okay.
going
And then you're
on?
going to die. You're going to die. So then he drops her off.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let me give you. She didn't want to go with him. He's like, you got to go with me. She goes. And then she's like, I want to go home and sleep. So then he's like, okay, go. But I'm going to bring you for dinner. He goes, sees her sleeping, right? Wakes her up. They eat dinner. And then he's like, okay, let me walk you back. Walks her back. And then as he's leaving, he says, hey, let me know if you can't sleep. I'll come get you. Did you not just see her knocked out? Okay. So then at the end of the night, everyone is told to journal about their day, the things that they've learned. And you see all 5 of them, like sitting at the desk.
Right.
12 font, 13 font. They put their pen down. They ponder. They look up. Some of them are getting
He
so
has no
intense,
thoughts.
like their head is becoming parallel with the table, like this. Okay. Yangzi writes like a little 5-year-old in big childish letters. I don't know how to cook. Signed, Yangzi. Oh my god.
That's
my
his
God.
Me
takeaway
too,
of the
though.
day?
Yes.
Me
Oh
too.
my god, this is crazy.
After he ranked the lowest in the marriage quiz, his takeaway is not that. His takeaway is I don't know how to cook.
It's not that he doesn't know anything about his wife.
No.
Like
What
imagine
is her
they didn't ask him
takeaway?
anything about their kids.
No, he probably knows nothing about them.
Exactly.
Does he
What's their
know
good
he
name?
has
I don't know.
kids?
Yeah, exactly. When's their birthday? I don't know.
How old are
I
they?
don't know. Boy or girl? I don't know.
Yeah. What do they look like? Not sure. Then everyone at the very end of the night, they get a card that
Ask
reads,
me
today,
later.
at the end of the day, do you still want a divorce? Check yes or no.
Yes.
Eva's card, not only did she check yes, but she writes underneath it, I didn't feel any changes. In my impression, he still reacts the way he normally does.
Even after day one's like, oh, I still want a divorce. Okay.
So Yangzi, after all of this, ranked the lowest, waking up his
He
wife,
said no.
being just a little demon to everybody,
Or he said
yelling at
yes.
the producers, berating them for not giving him a broom for his walk.
Burning down the whole place.
Yeah, burning down the place.
Arson.
Being arsonist in the making. You know, both the yes and no boxes are scribbled over and over until he finally is like, actually, it's a no. And then he writes in big letters, 20 years for the first time, I didn't touch my cell phone. Regular schedule for sleep. I realized that leaving my phone is not so bad. I'm sorry, what does this have to do with your phone? We're not here to talk about your screen time.
You're not married to your
Everyone's phones
phone.
were
You're
confiscated
married to
in
your
the beginning,
wife.
right? But maybe we are here to talk about his screen time because the lights turn off. He gets into his little camper bed with the fire still going, which feels like a hazard. But after laying his head on the pillow for 0.2 seconds, he gets up, reaches into his pocket suspiciously. He walks over to the bathroom area where there are no cameras. I'm expecting he's peeing, right? All of a sudden, you hear a ringtone go off. He had turned on his phone and instantly it was on loud and something's going off. And first of all, phones are confiscated. I don't know how he got his little grubby hands on a phone. It might have been he told the producers he only has 6 phones, right? The producers are not playing games. They immediately run over. Give me your mobile phone. Young's is scrambling. He's like, wait, hold on. It's my power bank. What are you talking about? It's not my phone.
It's his power
Why
bank
do you need a
that
power
makes
bank?
ringtone?
Yeah. Are you sure? Really? I don't have a phone. Okay, then just give up your power bank if you don't have your phone, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Charging your audacity? The producers decide to believe him. 5 minutes later, he comes out of the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
You know how you can like tuck your phone into your waist pant? Like just like the pants part, not your pocket.
Take
well,
his
he does
phone.
it screen facing outward and he's wearing a thin white shirt and the screen is still on. So you just see a rectangular glow in the dark, just like bright screen. You like just through his shirt.
The
Through his
audacity.
shirt, you can see his phone screen.
The
He doesn't see
audacity
it,
of this
okay?
man.
What do
Just-
you mean?
Exactly. Okay, then he goes back from the bathroom into the room. He hides it in a glove in the kitchen. Producers walk in and they're trying to look for the contraband. They're trying to look for the phone. Yangzi walks over acting like he's about to put more wood into the fire, so he puts on the glove with the phone in the glove. And the producer realizes the phone is in the glove. And the producer is like so taken aback by Yangzi's blatant stupidity that he just like laughs in his face. Like he genuinely doesn't know how to call him out on something so clearly obvious. So he's just looking at him, looking at his glove, looking back at him, looking at his glove. And they're trying so hard not to laugh. You know, the producers end up leaving. They're like, you know what? There's nothing we can do right now. He can't use his phone because there's cameras everywhere. So he starts pacing. He's trying to lay down. Then he gets back up. And then he starts walking.
Thank you,
I'm
thank
like,
you.
where are you walking? There's like a stray dog next to him. I don't know if it's a stray dog.
Doggy.
It looks like just, there's like a dog walking next to him. And
Oh, is
it's gotta be somebody's dog. You gotta know this dog.
I want to see him take a photo of the dog and then just gets caught for having his phone. That would be the most amazing part. Is if he does all that dumb shit trying to hide the phone, and then just sees a dog. Click. Please tell me he does
I
that.
don't know. So then I get to the place that they were going.
Please tell
Hey,
me.
wake up.
Oh my god, he went to his wife.
Oh.
Eva wakes up and she's like, what's wrong? It's 3:30 in the morning. And he was like,
This guy is fucking crazy.
got 8 cameras in me in that little place. I don't know what to do. I got nothing to do. And she's like, what? And then he's like,
You can
okay, fine.
sleep.
He's like, clearly you're not going to entertain me. So then he leaves, right? But you know what really bothers
That's
me?
so crazy.
Here's what I know about Yangzi. Yangzi is more like a sibling than he is a husband, because here's the worst part about having a sibling. Why do they come into your room when you are sleeping and then they turn on the light and then they open the door and then when they leave they don't turn on the light and then you gotta get out of your bed to turn off the light and close the door like you had left it before, okay? Well, Yangzi does something worse. He just leaves this dog in there. I don't know. We don't know whose dog this is, but the dog is just there, okay? And then he just leaves. He leaves even with the dog. I love dogs. This dog is cute, but this is random.
Why do you
know.
do that?
New dog.
Yeah. No, he goes back to his room and he starts covering up all the cameras with boxes. And he
No
thinks,
way.
Yeah, he thinks he's.
Is
covering
that
it all.
allowed?
And he's laughing. He whips out his phone, and the phone is blurred.
Oh.
But he's like showing someone on the phone all the cameras that have been covered. Okay, it's blurred, but afterwards, after it airs, netizens were able to get a different angle from one of the other cameras, like a B cam that was uploaded.
Oh.
He's FaceTiming a woman with long hair wearing a V-neck.
Dude, he is crazy. He's on a TV show.
And he's like giggling, and then he immediately he's like showing all the cameras. And
Are
then
you even allowed to hide cameras on a reality show? Can you even cover those up? Clearly he
Kansas
missed one, but
He saw what?
Yeah.
Wait, his face dropped?
Yeah. So then he walks over and puts a box over it.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
He acts like a 12-year-old kid.
But he wants you to treat him like he is a 500-year-old ancestral wise fairy being. I don't know.
Fairy bean.
Like a bean.
Like a bean.
He wants you to treat him like he has all of the ancient wisdom of the great Chinese philosophers all up in his dome.
But you
all
don't.
he has is radio silence. He is the epitome of brain rot. This guy has the competency and the intelligence of a brick wall, but he wants you to treat him. I was just like listing off a bunch of smart people, and I feel like a lot of them could be controversial. You know, I'm like, I don't know about their personal lives, actually. So I'm not gonna list any of them. Just insert very smart person, okay? Very smart, very powerful person. This guy just doesn't give a flying fuck. At the end of this, he doesn't go to sleep until 6:30 in the morning, and the next day he cannot wake up on time. The program staff have to keep going to wake him up like an alarm clock, as if they're waking up a kid to go to high school. The next day, the three couples are going to be formally introduced to each other, but they're all driving in separate cars. So Mai and Lee are gonna drive to the next location, and then that's where and then I'm having war flashbacks. And then the chill husband, the chill wife are gonna drive, and Youngzi and Eva are gonna drive.
We're still on episode 1?
Yeah. So Youngzi, he gets up late. They're the last couple to leave. Eva's waiting on him. And finally, he takes a shower. It takes all of his damn time, you know, getting his hair gel in. All his white hair is just gelled all the way up. And then he tells Eva she's got to drive because he's tired.
Oh my God, bro.
So she drives. And then they're, you know, chill husband and chill wife are not having a good drive either. So chill wife wanted to drive. She's driving. And the chill husband keeps backstreet driving. So they pull over to the side. Backseat driving. And they pull over to the side. So I'm thinking, okay, chill husband's going to start driving, right? They cut it. And then the next scene is just chill husband in the very back of the car. She kicked him out of the passenger seat. He's sitting in the back seat. He's like a pouty little kid. So she's like, you shut the fuck up. Okay, don't tell me how to drive.
Real?
So they drive into the desert. There's going to be a tent for the guys and a tent for the girls. And they all meet. They all sit down and they're all going to go eat lunch. But Youngzi grabs this green blanket looking like a honeydew melon. And he's sitting there and he keeps asking everyone else if they're cold. Like he's such a gracious host. His wife Eva is in a tank top and she's like, I gotta go look for a jacket. He never asks her if she's cold.
That's crazy. Wow.
And instantly when everyone sits down, he starts giving people glasses of tea. I don't know where he got this
Does
tea.
he not give her one?
It's tea from 1999.
What?
When the fork did you have time to do all that? The couples are all cracking jokes that Mai and Lee are here for their honeymoon because they just seem so lovey-dovey.
Oh God. Oh.
But they're all focused on Youngzi. Youngzi becomes a punching bag initially because all the couples, they try to make themselves feel better about their relationships, which is valid, you know? So they tell him, like, you got 14
Except
points.
mine.
Even strangers get 12 points. That's crazy. And Youngzi class is in session. So as they're eating hot pot, he's sitting there and he's telling them, you know, he's done a lot of these reality shows before, but there was one reality show that I went on where, you know, we were really testing the limits of human capabilities and of human strength and human agility. It was actually the first time in my life I've ever been scared to do anything. And we were skydiving. Chill wife starts smirking, and you just know, like, I love when a woman starts smirking. I just know she's got something up her sleeve, okay? And she's like, oh yeah, and Youngzi is like, yeah, I mean, it was really like a test to the human body.
Skydiving?
Yeah.
It's not that serious.
Yeah. And chill husband, he points out, Youngzi, you talk about how scary skydiving is, but honey, you seem to find it pretty easy. Chill wife is a professional skydiver.
Hell yeah.
She can be
Hell yeah.
by herself. She be
certified.
She does
Also,
everything. She's got her own parachute. And
why is he bringing up skydiving when they're talking about how little he knows his fucking wife? Like, I think you're missing the point here, dude. What the fuck are you talking about?
then all of a sudden, Youngzi doesn't want to talk about skydiving no more. He's suddenly engrossed in the food. The food is so good all of a sudden.
Yum, 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 yum.
He's just like, oh, so you learned. You went to training. That's it. And then Mai pipes in, okay? Mai is like, you know, ever since I had kids, I just like don't want to do anything extreme or too dangerous anymore. To which Youngzi switches up and
to the kids?
listen,
As a father of 2?
Yeah. No, because okay, I have a member of the RM team. She dated a philosophy major. She said, I would never wish that upon my worst enemy. She says, philosophy majors are great, but they should strictly, legally, only be allowed to date other philosophy majors. That's it. I'm sorry. You're not allowed to be on Hinge or any other dating app.
Real?
Sorry, can't be there, okay? That's a rule. I love you, I love you,
Philosophy majors, fine.
but he is worse than that. He decides, we all tell ourselves excuses. Look at Mai, for example, telling herself that it's because of the kids that I can't do this, I won't do that. But did you know?
Look at your excuses, telling yourself that you suck at cooking because you don't have a broom. Because the kitchen's too whatever.
In all the languages in the world, the most repeated word is I, me. We live in an egocentric world. What the fuck?
Talking right now.
What are we
Crazy.
saying?
Yes, to which the chill husband says sarcastically, and I don't know, like this chill husband, I think I named him wrong. He has no chill.
The no chill husband.
Yes, no chill husband. Sarcastically says, nobody knows more than Youngzi. And you can see his smirking. You can see his wife is like, that's a good one. Like his wife is suddenly attracted to him again. You know? And everyone thinks
I love them.
Envy is my friend.
Is my lover. So this is like the first time they're meeting.
Yeah.
The no chill husband is already clocking
Oh, yeah.
Youngzi. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, everyone picks up on the tension except you guessed it. Dressed look like a little cold green sugar snap pea wrapped in his honeydew green blanket.
Oh, yeah.
Youngzi. He says,
He
you know, when you
sounds
say that,
smart.
and chill husband goes, I was joking. No, but it's true because I know a little something of everything because of my experiences. Okay. He instantly starts name dropping how his experiences include working for his family factories at Julie Group, literally just name dropping his Nepo baby status. He says that after he traveled the world to study the distribution of Asian artifacts, you know, and Eva is sitting there staring off into the distance. At this point, they're in the desert, and I think she's trying to see if the earth is flat.
I think it
Sometimes
is.
she's looking down at her nails, smiling. Like, she's not enraged. He's just droning on and on and on. At one point, the panel who's watching this, They're confused. One of them asks each other, wait, did somebody ask him about this?
No.
This is all voluntary.
Almost
Chill wife asks Young
certainly
you seem
not.
like you're really good at everything.
She's setting him up. She's so good.
Like, you're so good at collecting history. I mean, you've had so much experience. It sounds like you're really skilled across different industries, and you've done quite well at everything you've tried.
What is your history with your wife? Can you tell me y'all's history? Like, when did y'all get married? Can you tell me that history? Like, when your kids are born? What is your wife's hobby?
And Yangzi, he does the you know, the frown and the no. It's like the humble. No, you're doing too much. Oh, don't give me that attention. Oh, you're too kind. Oh, don't say that about me. And then chill wife hits him with a smirk. And you know a lot of things, but how come you ranked last in the marriage quiz?
Shots fired. And what did he say?
I don't understand. I need you to decode it. Okay.
Okay.
In the boundless universe.
Uh-huh.
No, that's
Oh,
his
no.
next line. In the boundless universe, when there's a problem, there's a solution. It's hard to cure yourself. You know, we've seen 8 immortals cross the sea. What the fuck? At this point, all the netizens are commenting, good thing chill wife and chill husband are wearing sunglasses, because you just know that they're rolling their eyes. He's just going on a folklore tangent and everyone zones out. It looks like with every vowel this guy speaks, the soul leaves Ava's body a little more and more, and she just starts zoning
What
out
the
more
fuck
and
is
more.
he
And then eventually they go
saying?
around the table talking about why they're on the show. Yangzi says, actually, Eva and I have broken up a few times.
What did that even mean? What does that have to do with why you don't know your wife at all? What the
You know,
fuck?
back in 2022, there were rumors that we were separated, and that was true. He says the biggest problem that they have is that he just doesn't go home ever.
I don't know if that's the biggest.
Yeah, but also, like, if my husband isn't coming home, I'm kickstarting my squatters' rights. You don't live here anymore. This is no longer your home, it's mine. What do you mean? Are you the f***ing UPS man? You can't just stop by here and there. And then he complains as if it's not his fault. Eva is too regular. She goes to sleep every day at 10 p.m. I'm much more spontaneous. I get up sometimes at 3 in the morning. Sometimes I go to sleep at 10 in the morning.
These guys.
And then he mentions, of course, sometimes they start fighting and he doesn't go home after that. And then it just became like a routine. And he just, like, the way he says it, though, there's no shame.
I know.
There's no, like, I f***ed up. It's just like, of course, you should
Yeah.
understand, right? Not a single time does Eva interrupt. She just sits there sighing and looking
Just
like
let him
she's
dig
finding
his
this half
grave.
comical. Eventually, everyone is like, Eva, what are your thoughts? And she says, I mean, clearly there's too many problems to name. It's not just sleep. Even for the kids, he doesn't care about the kids, and you can't really make someone care. To which No Chill husband is so blunt. I think Yangzi is plotting his death, okay? He says, you know, you're a man. Stop acting like a weirdo.
我觉得这个节目，我可能对
Base
黄圣依下这个决心来是比较艰难的。你大老爷们儿，你就不要在这矫情了。
It's basically like, be a man. Like, man up.
Wait, who said this? No chill husband?
Yeah, to Yangzi.
Be a man?
Yeah, like, take care of your kids, take care of your wife. What's wrong with you?
Yeah,
On
chill
top of that,
husband was
everyone
not
has
the
seen
right
his live
name.
streams. Let me tell you about Yangzi's live streams. Yangzi's live
Ooh,
streams.
life is
Send
not
my brain
good.
to an orbit. He does these live streams where he brings on business owners. Okay, so let's say you have a small paper towel company,
And
a
it sounds
local.
like doing, right?
I
So
just saw
basically,
that.
He goes on live stream on TikTok.
Yeah, and to sell TikTok shop, okay?
shop.
And so he'll bring in a local mom and pop paper towel salesperson, and then he'll look at the paper towels, okay? And this has been a thing. Everybody hates him. And he asks the owner of the company, how much are you selling these paper towels for? They're like $1 a roll. And then he's like, okay. He looks straight into the camera. If you guys order right now, I will give you these for 10 cents a roll. And every owner is like, no. Like, some of them are trying to walk out. Some of them are trying to grab their products, and they're like, absolutely not. I'm not honoring this. And he just does this nonstop. He'll drag Eva into all of his live streams and make her sit there, and she looks uncomfortable. Eva is a very poised, sophisticated woman. She is the opposite of me. Like,
That
she's so
is
classy. And
weird.
she gives me the type where she likes to live a very private life, and she likes to focus on acting, like truly acting, and she doesn't really want to do these live streams. She just wants to work on her craft, right? But no,
Right.
no. I mean, what do you expect from the guy? This guy, he would have a press conference for his movies, and for all the journalists that he invites, he would give them a red envelope with $100 in each of them. Sorry, is this bribery? Like,
Why?
that's crazy.
It
yeah.
is
And then
bribery,
netizens are
that's
commenting, you know
for
what's crazy
sure.
about Yangzi's live streams? Other people sell things for money. Yangzi is truly in love with live streaming. He's truly in love with seeing his own face and hearing his own voice and watching his lips move. Truly, Yangzi is in love with Yangzi. Huang Xiaoming is in love with Huang Xiaoming. Okay. They ask Eva if she's okay with it, and she says it's frustrating because not only does he not help her with her work, but he wants her to get involved in his work too. She tells the producers, and this is so sad, she says, I'm supposed to have a really strong personality, but I don't know why over time I just became so just more and more compliant and accepting of things, and then it became habitual, but I would love to change that.
Wow.
So then she changes it. Later that night, he's making f***ing tea once more.
That's
He's making tea for
insane.
everyone. And Eva finally opens up about how their sons are getting older and they have so much energy. Youngzin never goes on vacations with them, never takes them places. She's the one doing all of this while balancing work. And she says it's hard because as boys age, they also need a lot more instruction that would be better from a father. And it's just hard as a mom. Meanwhile, everyone is sympathizing with her. Youngzin holds his hands up like a binocular and looks up in the sky. He's looking for the Big Dipper, his star constellation.
Like he's ignoring this talk right now?
Mhm.
That's fucking crazy.
Mhm.
Wow.
She keeps talking and she's like, he never really pays attention to the kids. And he says, you know, I communicate with them and we communicate like men. These kids are like 10. Everyone looks like they want to throw him off the cliff. He says he also spends less time with the kids because he wants to instill traditional values of culture. He wants them to learn about antiques and collectibles, right? History. Meanwhile, Ava wants to take them.
Do your kids know you exist? Like, last I heard, you don't see your kids. How are you giving them those traits? What are we doing here?
skiing and golfing. And
Okay.
Eva is like, it's not like even I want to do that. They want to go skiing. They want to go golfing. So it's not like I want to go, but I'm going with them. And then he basically tells her, he does it in the scariest way ever. He sits back and he tells her, it's New Year. I was confused by this. I was like, what do you mean it's New Year, right? And so I was talking to Tiffany about it, and then she's saying, it's actually like terrifying. Like, that's really toxic. So when you say New Year, it's, okay, so Chinese New Year, it wasn't New Year when they were filming, but Chinese New Year is huge in China, where all the families get together, and kids, even if they're being insane, parents will not yell at them, parents will not like do anything to the kids, because it's New Year. So they just say, it's New Year, which means today, I'm gonna keep the festive mood, but tomorrow, you're getting your ass beat.
Bro, what is going on? I've never heard of this before.
Yeah, I've never heard of it. Tiffany was saying like it's almost like a threat for parents. You know how in America it's like, okay, we'll talk when we get home, and then you do the eyes to your kid.
It's
like,
almost
you're gonna get a lecture when we get
Christmas.
home.
Oh my God.
But he said it's New Year. And then he says, well, what I think is every time I play with the kids, I hear a little voice in my heart saying, wouldn't it be great if they could learn about agriculture right now instead of just playing around? But I realize no matter what he learns, happiness comes first. And since his mother has raised him so well, then we shouldn't do too much. If both of us, I'm trying to teach him about history and culture, and Ava's trying to, do golfing and skiing, he's going to end up with split personality. The chill husband is just generously blurting out what everyone is thinking. He just blurts out, well, just admit it. When it comes to raising your kids, you're falling short. Everyone else can see it, okay?
好吧，你就承认一下，确实是在孩子这块咱做的有欠缺，真不是，都能看出来。哎，好吧，对吧？好。
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. One of the panel members says, this is the type of middle-aged Chinese man I hate the most. I just love that for her, okay? She's like, this is the type of guy you ask, hey, is that a tissue? Because you want to use the tissue. And that guy sits there and goes, well, in Chinese culture, back in the day, what would happen was, and then now you've got fucking snot running dangerously close to your upper lip, okay? You feel like you can't breathe through your nose, and you never got a fucking tissue, and you just wasted 15 minutes of your precious time. That's who Yangzi is. He wants to act like everybody's dad when he's not even a good dad to his own actual kids. The only aspect of life that this guy has mastered is the art of sleeping, and he doesn't even get that right. And then Yangzi goes on to whine about how it takes a lot for someone of his status to come to a show like this, which chill husband, genuinely no chill, okay? Genuinely.
Come on.
Well, I think it's actually harder for your wife Eva to decide to come here because she's a huge celebrity. You don't need to be so pretentious.
我觉得这个节目，
I love him.
可能对那个
I
观众
love
印象
him.
这个
He's so
是比较
great.
艰难的。你大老爷们儿，你就不要在这矫情了。
Let's go.
I don't think, to be
Let's
fair,
go.
chill wife has said chill husband is like, doesn't really shower a lot. Like, they fight about hygiene. So, like, if he doesn't care about having cheese in his butt crack, what makes you think he cares about Young's feelings? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Later that night.
I don't need that image,
Damn,
Stephanie.
these are some crazy relationship scenarios that they're all living in.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I want to know everyone's pick. Like, if you have to pick one couple to be in,
Oh, my God.
one relationship to live with, what would that? Which one?
Oh,
right?
God.
That's crazy. So the no chill one's like no showering and.
Oh, they fight a lot, though.
I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, but they, like, scream fight at each other. They're very vocal. Like, scream fight. Oh, I definitely cannot be in mine these relationships. Oh, my gosh. Honestly, I think I'd be Eva.
Yeah, you're just checked out, right?
Yeah, and then, like, you go live your life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then he's talking about how Youngzi is like, before I even came on the show, I was thinking about maybe I'll just leave Eva. Chill husband again. Cuts him off. You've been writing on her popularity for years and you want to cut ties forever. You keep talking about how hard you work, how many friends you've met, how busy you are, how much you've expanded your world. But what have you ever given back to Eva? Honestly, in the
Okay, I have no take on his relationship stuff, but no chill. I love the words he says to Youngju, I think. I love that. Love that for him.
public because, we're like fans of her. She's a goddess. She's like a movie star. And yet you drag her into live streaming with you. Like, do you think that she's actually happy doing that?
你总说你很努力，你见了多少朋友，你每天忙到几点，你拓宽了多少视野，那你有没有回馈生活呢？
King shit.
His face gets red. And he says, work is work. It's not supposed to make you happy. And then chill husband hits back with, is that how Eva just ends up being convinced by you every time to go on a live stream?
Damn!
有些人是因为喜爱而干的工作可能开心，但可能很多人，工作就是工作，他工作不是让你来开心的，工作不是让你来开心的。
黄圣依是不是每次都被你这么一顿叭叭叭就给说服了？
And you know what Eva does? She's sitting there.
Smirking?
She's smiling.
Ah!
She's not even saying anything. And the
He
the
right.
chill wife is looking at chill husband like, you might get it tonight.
Really?
Yeah, like-
Oh, yeah.
She's like, yes, okay. Maybe showering is like optional. Maybe not showering is okay. We must all make concessions in life. Why must he shower? Maybe we should be considerate and pop on a K95 mask. What do you mean? For a few minutes, Youngzi is quiet because he's just been obliterated with a man whose butt crack probably hasn't seen a bar of soap in like 48 hours, okay? I'm kidding. I like the chill couple right now. Well, they've got their own
Stephanie, please. Please stop giving us that imagery, please. I don't need to know that. I don't need to know that, Stephanie. Please don't tell me about that stuff.
problems. But Mai and Youngzi need to be sectioned, okay? They need to be held. So it's a little bit different. Everybody else is kind of normal crazy. Like, I can see why you've gotten so crazy.
Right.
Because your partner drives you insane. So
Yeah.
I see it. I see how you got here. I see where you were before. Let me bring you back, right? Youngzi and Mai, I'm like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what kind of circus you guys are, okay? Not my circus, not my monkeys. At one point, Youngzi finally shuts up and he decides that intelligence is no longer in great demand. And then he starts yapping again. At one point, Mai looks over at the chill wife. Chill wife, she's sitting there staring off into the distance. And Maya's like, I can't even follow everything he's talking about. Chill wife smiles. She's not even looking at Yangzi, okay? It's okay. Ignore everything in the beginning and the middle. Usually the last thing he says is what he wants a response to. This is all just part of the process.
没有更亲密的呢，你分析的过程，你忽略掉没听到杨哥的最后那句话，就是他的重点核心。
This is hilarious.
What's going on right now?
So good.
Okay, but the craziest part of all of this is after he does all of this. Okay, so chill wife, she was the only other person along with Eva that checked yes for I want a divorce.
Okay.
That night, Mai, Lee, chill wife, chill husband,
Yeah.
they all check I don't want a divorce anymore. They
Oh,
all say
Oh, they realized it was so bad before. Okay. They realized how good their marriage was.
after witnessing Yangzi, maybe my
Yang-
problems aren't that bad. Maybe I'm okay. Maybe life is okay. But
Well,
that's it. The grass is
My is not okay to be in a relationship with. But chill couple, they seem they I think they have a chance.
greener. Maybe it's not. Maybe the grass is dead on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They all check no. Eva goes and she checks yes again for the second night in a row. Yangzi, after terrorizing the fuck out of everybody, he confidently goes in and smack dab checks yes. He too wants a divorce now.
Thank
And
goodness.
that is where I leave you with part 1 of
Oh.
Yangzi and Eva. This makes me so angry. I'm so sorry. I feel like my words were a lot more heated, targeted, angry. I feel I am a
no,
lot
like
more.
he's a different breed.
No,
Yeah.
and I don't even think my words are doing it justice because I usually try not to get heated for really anything, any video.
Really?
But wow, everything he touches, I want to burn down.
Same. I mean, I want to do the same thing with mine, but same.
He's making me want to commit crimes. Okay, so
Wait,
please,
what episode are we at right now?
like 1.5
Oh,
out of like.
okay. Oh, okay. So that is part 1 done. So, YouTube, check out the next one with me soon. Goodbye. Yippee! Okay, that was the first of 3 parts. I will be doing the next one. Let me just have a sip of drink. Also, I need to copy the text to save to the file. What? Before I switch to the next part. 1 delete the rest of. God damn it. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble putting this. Renaming it. Okay, there we go. The next part. Okay, the next part is less than an hour. Okay. Copy that. Like the video. Turn on captions. Quality 1080. Do I have it full screen? Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Yeah. Let's change the title. That is an insane title, by the way. That is insane. Whenever she starts to think, God laughs. First off, we know that's false, but insane title. Absolutely insane. Okay. my throat is so sore. But okay. What's up, everyone? My name is Mistic. Welcome to the second part of the most toxic husband in the world. Whenever she starts to think, God laughs. Most toxic husband describes actress wife on TV by Stephanie Sue. Check out the first video, and I wish you the best luck while you watch this with me, because it's gonna get heated. I bet. Let's get into it. Quack quack.
And I go, quack, quack.
I took like a 1 week hiatus from watching this show because I was
I
thinking
took
to
a
myself, maybe I'm being
0-minute
too harsh on people.
hiatus.
Maybe this is just like an over-analyzation of a couple going through the worst moments in their life that has been televised to 1 billion plus people, and I am one of those people that's over-analyzing it. That's what I was thinking. And then clearly 50 Cent showed us the way. He said, actually, we can all be better haters. We can actually do a lot more when we fucking hate someone. Now, here's the difference. I've never met Yangzi, but I just know that I have a torch of hatred that I carry on a daily basis for this man. I have no other way to explain it. The sky is the limit. I want to see this man be tortured, not actually just mentally, just psychologically. I want to see a man in despair. I will not be satisfied until he is rolling on the ground, flipped upside down.
I mean, we can do some physical torture.
That's it. That's all I have to say. So this is part 2 of the Chinese celebrity divorce show
We can
with Yangzi and
we can definitely do some physical torture. I don't know why it just needs to be mental.
couple. We've already went through Mai and Lee, and that was a whole ordeal. I get so toughed up by watching her. Like, if I see her communicating for more than 3 minutes on the screen, I have to take breaks.
Real. Me too.
But now we're on Yangzi. Part 1, if you guys don't remember, let me give you a refresher. Yangzi is the definition of a performative man. I don't even know the definition of that word anymore because it's just been dragged through 20 different levels of discourse that I genuinely... But he's so performative. He's the type of guy that's...
I am definitely a performative man, okay? That is me. I am a performative man, okay? But I hate matcha. I don't read books, so I don't read feminist literature. But I like women. That's
there and is like, are you cold? Are you cold? He's asking everyone if they're cold. Nobody's fucking cold except for his wife because everybody's wearing a puffer jacket and she's just wearing a thin tank top, and like, that's not her fault, but he doesn't ask her. He only cares that everyone else sees him as a cool guy, as a cool man. I don't understand people like this. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of that TikTok recently that I saw. It was a guy and he was like, hey, if you ever show your guy friends a picture of the girl that you're talking to and they think that she's not hot, and then suddenly you behave differently around her, you're gay. And that was like, that was it. That was the whole TikTok. And then everyone's like, that's so true because they're not the ones that are going to be like doing stuff with her. You are. So like, why would you fumble your own bag just because you're guy? That's Yangzi. Anyway, let's get into it. Here's a general rule of thumb. Okay. If you were going to ask me, hey, do you like this? Like out of nowhere. Do you like croissants? In my brain, I'm thinking,
you're going to buy them.
Yeah.
Are you going to buy me a croissant one day for Christmas? Did you get me like a
that is my logic.
bag charm? Like I'm going to be thinking.
If you ask, do you like bats? I'm going to assume you're taking me to a bat enclosure. So you better do that. If you ask if I like pumpkin pie, which I do, I'm going to assume you bought me a pumpkin pie.
Thinking this is going to come back.
Honey, do you like Van Cleef?
No. So especially if it's something in your hands, I'm going to expect you to share it, especially if it's something that is semi-affordable. Obviously, if you've got a Chanel bag in your hand and you're like, hey, do you like Chanel bags? I'm not going to be like, oh, I expect you to give me a Chanel bag. But if you've got sour candy and you say you like sour candy, I'm going to be like, yeah, I would love a piece of sour candy.
If you got sour tangerines.
And fruit. And these are like millionaires, by the way, okay? Yangzi is in an RV with the 2 other husbands. Because remember, this show is 3 couples, 3 celebrity couples that are working on fixing their relationship. Please refer to Mai and Lee. Is quiet singer who is getting bullied by his mommy wife who won't take a fucking chill pill. She's the type of person. Every time I think of Mai, my blood pressure goes up. She's the type of person that like 2 seconds later will be like, wait, why did you say that I look good today? And
Do not look good
today.
all the time.
So what about yesterday? And then you're like, okay, I think that she's joking. So you're like, I mean, of course you look good every day, but she's not fucking joking. And then she's gonna bring it up tomorrow. And then you're like, wait, what's happening right now? Like I gave you a compliment and I'm getting punished. That's Mai and Lee. And then you've got chill husband and chill wife. They're really chill, except periodically they will get into screaming matches in the car with each other. But like overall, compared to the other 2 couples, they're chill. And then you got Yangzi and Eva. Yangzi, I don't know what he does. He's a nepo baby. Eva is a Chinese actress. She's very good. She's talented. So Yangzi is in the RV with the 2 other husbands, and they're all traveling to the next destination. And he's got these 2 glass jars of canned fruit in front of him. And he asks the chill husband, you like canned peaches? Chill husband is staring at the two jars of canned peaches. By the way, Lee's not even in the frame. So he's in the RV. He's just not looking at the canned peaches.
Yeah.
Not Lee. Not Lee. It's like a producer.
Hold on.
There's a giant RV.
I gotta give my wife a compliment.
And so
okay, he's absolutely gonna take those 2 cans and just fucking for himself. Like, there's no way he shares them. There's no way.
then he's like, when I was sick as a kid, I would live off of canned fruit. So every time I was sick, I would get canned fruit. Okay, that is a very sentimental story. Okay, Yangzu pops open one of the cans and he's like, gulps it down in one fucking shot. Who the fuck even drinks canned peaches? It's not a beverage. You're talking about, like, you know what peaches are have?
What the fuck did I just say? What the fuck did I just say? I am always right. I am always correct. I am always psychic. Ugh.
Or quartered, they're giant slices. He just
Take the
gulps
next
it
one.
down like a beverage.
Take
You
the
have
next
to chew
one
these
and
things. He's
validate
not chewing.
my
It's
me.
a gulp. Like, he's one-shotting this. I didn't know that we're showing off our gag reflexes. I don't know what's happening right now in this RV full of guys, okay? It's like when guys swallow an entire... Oh, this was like a thing on TikTok. When guys swallow an entire oyster. First of all, I don't know who developed that. I feel like that's a very American thing. It's very American to not chew a live oyster. Like, I don't know. They made it a sexual thing. Like, American...
Who the fuck eats oysters willingly? They look so disgusting. Don't we get pearls from those? Why the fuck are you eating them?
Make everything, and I'm American, I was born here, but they do this thing where they're like,
okay, this is how you eat an oyster. You get the oyster, you put Tabasco, lemon, cocktail sauce, and then you let it slide down your throat.
and I'm like, no, you're supposed to chew it like any other food. Are you not? Am I mistaken? Am I unsexy? Am I so not sexy enough for oysters? I'm pretty sure you have to chew. But then the guys, of course,
Bro, I cannot do anything slimy. My thing is texture over everything. If I don't like the texture, I can't fucking eat it. Like, yuck. Ugh.
they took it and they ran with it and they ruined it. So then you saw a bunch of guys on TikTok who were like doing the, they'd be like squirting the lemon juice. They'd be like patting the oyster. And then you're like, okay, what's happening? And then they'll like gulp this giant oyster.
Those
that's as big as my
fucking
fist, right?
cook
And I know
guys
that,
that,
they're trying
like,
to appeal to a female audience.
basically
But sir,
fuck
what does that
bread.
have to do
Wait, why
with
are
me?
they? How is that appealing to female audience?
Because that's the vibe they give. Like they're trying to be hot for the girlies, right?
Oh, like a thirst trap cooking.
Exactly. But in my head, I'm like, what could this possibly have to do with me? There is nothing that you could gulp from me. Like, that is strictly, I think you're the wrong target audience right now. You're hitting the wrong people right now. I don't know if you know that, but I'm just letting you know.
Maybe they do know that.
Ooh, okay, you're right. Not everything's about us.
Yeah.
Right. So then he's like, yeah, okay, this canned peach, gulps it down in one shot.
Another
Chill
one.
husband is just watching him. And then he's like, oh yeah, Young's is like, oh yeah, kids love this shit. Because, he was like, when I was a kid, I would eat canned peaches when I was sick. Then he pops open the second one. I'm thinking he's gonna give it to Chill husband, like, here you go, right? Gulps it down one shot, sharing absolutely zero peaches with Chill husband. Nothing. Not even a little bit of fructose for Chill husband.
I was right. I was right. Throwback to me 3 minutes ago. He's gonna both of them.
Chill husband is so flabbergasted that he actually remembers this incident way later and he recreates it. He fucking incorporates this shit into his storytelling. That's how taken aback this man is. Let me tell you something. If I am eating dinner with my family and I am so shocked at someone's behavior that I have to get up out of my chair to recreate the incident and visually act it out for my family members, I just want you to know, I will never forget what you did to me. I will never forget this story. This is a moment that I'm taking to the grave. It's singed into my brain. That's what Chill husband does. He's like explaining to Chill wife and he's like,
Oh, like at home at night?
Yeah, he's like doing the hand, drinking the peaches. He's like putting his hands up, like drinking a peach. Like,
What did the wife say?
the wife is
If I had a hand tracking, imagine me just doing the motion.
Insane. And then later, Yangzi is trying to explain his side of the story because the story starts going around that like he's not sharing his canned drinks or peaches, canned fruit. And he says, "Well, I thought this was a self-serve. Like, why am I have to serve everyone on the RV? Like, how can I? What do you mean? This is a self-serve." And then Chill husband is like, "Well, how am I supposed to self-serve when there are only 2 cans of canned fruit in the entire RV and you gulp them down one after the other? I can't even self-serve myself any fruit. So what are you talking about?" They get to their next destination. Remember the traditional Mongolian dance where Maya's dancing with the traditional dancers and she doesn't notice that Eva is also dancing and then Mai blames her husband for not stopping her from dancing?
That was
Do you remember?
crazy.
Do you recall that? So this is like the Yangzi and Eva perspective. After that whole dance, they sit down and they're eating this very awkward lunch. And Yangzi just decides that he is going to Melania Trump this shit. Just fuck it. You know that Melania Trump CNN video?
No.
Was it CNN? I don't know if it's a meme. Regardless, it's a meme, okay? Where it's the whole Trump family and they're sitting down. And then I think you see, is it Anderson Cooper? I'm pretty sure it's Anderson
Who?
Cooper. And he's asking them questions. And then on the side, you just hear, hello?
In the course of this campaign that you
Hello?
Melania's
And it's Melania Trump. I feel like it's got to be edited. Like, there's no way this is a real clip.
I realized who that was. I just didn't know his
That is
name.
exactly what Yangzi does. He just goes, hi, hi,
Hi, hi.
out of nowhere. Everyone's eating. It's quiet.
Hello.
They're enjoying their food. And you hear, hi,
Hi.
hi, hi, hi.
Wait, what happened?
Pay attention to me.
No, he just says, hi, hi. We don't know. know why. So everyone slowly turns to look at him, and he says, "Oh, it's a local custom."
To say hi.
Yeah, and people are like, "What?" And then he goes, "Yeah, so you're supposed to shout hi hi after like a really good meal." And everyone's looking, and Chill Husband is looking, and Youngsa goes, "You can ask Chill Husband if you don't believe me because he's from this area." And he goes, "Oh no, we don't do that. I've actually never fucking heard that in my fucking life, okay?" And Eva laughs and just tells him bluntly, "Your humor just falls flat here. Like no one gets your sense of humor here. Nobody is giving Youngsa the reaction."
That's
that
like
he's
the
wanting.
nicest comment to give too.
She's so poised.
Yeah, that's not even a diss. That's almost like
No.
she's helping him. Like, yo, your humor didn't land.
Yeah, like it's not you, it's
Yeah.
them, right?
Oh, what's
but
he
no,
gonna-
it's fucking you, Youngsa. Okay, and he's so confused, and Chill Husband starts
He's gonna say, I wasn't joking. Is that?
cracking jokes. Like, don't keep telling jokes. The more you talk, the more fans you're gonna lose. And like, his humor doesn't fall flat. Everyone's trying really hard not to giggle. And Eva is later so happy. She's like sitting in front of the producer's camera and she's telling them, usually their friends, whoever they're hanging out with, will always entertain Youngsa jokes. You know, they'll giggle, they'll laugh. But this is a type of situation that's very rare. He's never been involved in something like this. And she says that she's very happy about it. She says that watching him struggle to make people laugh, it makes him seem very vulnerable. Excuse me? And she likes it. And I said, bitch, I don't know who's crazier.
Too good.
Sometimes it's like Eva is so classy that she's crazy. Like so classy to the point where I'm like, you're unhinged.
This is so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, so then at this point, I'm like, you know what? I would love that too. If my husband was Youngsa, I would want to see this man suffer. I would want him to be a snail that
Okay,
someone
fair,
sprinkled
fair.
one flake of Maldon flaky salt on top of. I want to
Fair.
see you squirm, bitch. Okay, that's what I want. But then she'll do
Okay,
like a
that's
180.
fair.
She'll turn right back around and go, and that I love when he shows his weakness. I think it's really cute. And I'm like, wait, what's happening? You keep losing me. Netizens are flabbergasted. All of the live comments are like, we've been watching for 3 hours, and then all of a sudden you just forget him because he's not funny? I don't understand this logic. One comment reads,
This is
"I
why
can't
it
believe
took
one
them
of this point
years to
is I'm part
divorce.
of their play." It means like they're putting on a show, and I am a fool for being part of their play. I'm a side character. I was rooting for them, and you turned me into a side character. Okay? Some people say they have more money than they can spend, and somehow we still feel bad for them. I shouldn't feel bad for them. I should feel bad for me. I
Yeah.
don't have love, nor do I have the money. Okay? And so then at that point, they go back into the RVs after this whole really uncomfortable lunch.
Yeah.
And this is when they bring up the peached can thing. Because Eva, she starts looking around and she starts going, wait, where are my canned peaches?
Oh.
And the girls have no idea what's happened on the other RV. And so the girls are like, I don't know what you're talking about. What canned peaches? And she's like, oh, well, Youngsa bought me canned peaches, but I guess...
Young's bought it for me? What?
Yes, he was telling her at the store, I bought you canned peaches
That's
because
crazy.
you loved canned fruit.
Oh my.
Okay, so not only did Chill Husband thought he would get a can, and he said it's self-serve, but he bought them for his wife, but he ate.
She was all like, "Aw, thank you so much." And she thought it was this heartwarming, endearing moment. And then he never gives her the canned peaches. He takes it to the guy's RV and then proceeds to fucking chuck them in one gulp without...
Oh my god, this guy is
Anything.
crazy. Like, that's worse than not even buying it.
Yeah.
It's like bringing someone's hopes up and then crushing it.
Yeah, this is giving... you ever have those people that's like, hey, I brought you this Korean fried chicken because I know you love Korean fried chicken. And then they unwrap it and then they eat like 70% of the Korean fried chicken. And then you're like, oh, so you didn't buy me fried chicken. You
Actually, in this case, it's just the bag being empty. This is like saying, "Hey, Mystic, I got you a chicken sandwich because I know how much you love chicken sandwiches," and it's just fucking an empty bag, no chicken sandwich. That's what you be doing, bro. He would not be embarrassed to buy it for himself. This man does not get embarrassed about that kind of stuff. Chicken sandwich. You're just giving me the essence of a chicken, but no actual chicken.
yourself fried chicken, which is fine. It's fine. But it's just like you didn't have to say you. Like you could have said, I bought us fried chicken so we can eat fried chicken together. But it's like when they do a whole show and tell, it's like, I bought you fried chicken because remember last time I remember that you love fried chicken and like thank me. And then they eat all the fried chicken and then you go, there was no problem. But it was the setup. The setup is the
But Young's
problem.
is worse because he
Yes.
ate 100%.
Yes. Youngsa is worse. So much worse. It's like if I were to say, honey, I bought you this Dyson Airwrap. Look at the head on your hair. You're not gonna fucking use the Dyson Airwrap now,
Look at
are
the
you?
head on my hair.
Yeah, like you're not gonna
You look at the hair on my head. I'm like, what? The head on my hair.
You're not gonna use it.
Oh, man.
As much as I use it, it's giving that. Okay. So later that day, remember how Mai and Lee has the photographer that come in and they show them the pile of clothes that's displayed on the projector screen.
Yeah,
But it's not
I
just a pile of
remember.
clothes. It's like the silhouette of their wedding picture, but it's also it opens up the massive clothes gate. Do you remember?
Yes.
Where
Yeah.
Maya's like, I never have room for my clothes.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay, well, we're moving, so you're gonna have room for your clothes. And then she's like, I never have room for my clothes. And then she would just get so mad at him that he threw away all of his clothes. And then now she wants to be like, I don't know why you did that. You're so unhinged. It was just a whole thing. Well, Youngja and Eva, they have their own photo shoot. And instead of a pile of clothes, it's this massive seesaw, like a metaphor on how to balance life. And they get there, and there's this beautiful photographer there who greets them. Eva is sweetly greeting her back, and Youngja hits her with a, hello, we meet again. And everyone's confused. Eva's confused. The producers are confused. The panel of celebrities who are commentating are confused because they're like, what's going on?
Did they fuck? Did they fuck?
And also, it's like weird. It's a weird thing to say. And so she looks alarmed. Eva looks alarmed, and Eva asks, when did you meet her? Oh, I never did. I just said that off the cuff. He's just saying, like, I was just fucking around.
What?
Yeah, no one gets it. It's really
Villain ass thing. Oh, so we meet again. Slow turn out of my giant ass chair. Well, we meet again.
Okay, benefit of the doubt is that when you said that, I'm like, okay, he does have 35,000 contacts on his phone. Maybe he knows so many people. His default when he meets someone is like, hey, good to see you again, because he literally don't remember these people.
because he knows all of China.
Yes.
Well,
Sometimes, like,
well.
you know, just want to be sure. Like sometimes when I get on a Zoom call, I'm like, good to see you.
Good to
Good to
see
see
you.
you. Like I don't want to say nice to meet you. Like it's
Good
like
to
you're
see
not-
you.
Did I meet you? Have we seen?
Good to
each
see you,
other? Maybe
chat.
that's his default.
I don't know.
So you feel like they have history? Or?
No, I don't feel like they have history.
Oh, okay.
I feel like he's weird. He's weird.
What does that mean?
Because
Oh,
I feel like he's flirting.
Oh.
Oh.
Because once they start with their photo shoot, the two of them are sitting on the giant seesaw, and the photographer is like asking them how they feel about this and if they see some sort of metaphor in the seesaw. And Youngja immediately is like, "Are you married?"
To the photographer?
Yeah.
How old is the photographer? Is it?
Young, she looks younger than
Oh.
Eva, and I don't think it's like particularly creepy, but she's just like, "Oh, I'm not married. What year were you born? 1997. So do you have a boyfriend?" And it's like, okay, the reason that I think it's weird, and I don't know if I'm just used to you like not saying a word to anybody, but I feel like if you're talking to anyone, guy or girl, doesn't matter. I feel like your attention is still on me or you're involving me. But the fact that he's like sitting there so locked in, like, are you married? What year were you born? 1997. Do you have a boyfriend yet?
Yeah. Why is he grilling?
No one knows.
What's your-
It's
what's
just
your favorite
really weird. It's
color?
almost like Eva's not even sitting next to him. And I feel like these types of questions are really weird to ask. I don't know. These types of questions I've only gotten from like creepy old men.
Or the energy I feel like is like a Chinese auntie who's trying to match them with their niece or nephew.
Yeah.
Like, how old are you?
But
What
no.
year? You graduated? Single?
Yeah.
What's happening?
It gets so uncomfortable that Eva has to jump in and goes, hey, you're just here to take pictures. You're not like an interviewer. Why are you asking her so many questions? Leave her alone.
Damn.
I need to know her to see, how she can create art for us.
What?
And she's like, what are you talking about? And like, that's crazy because Youngja is not an artsy fartsy person. Like this guy is decked out in Supreme is the vibe he gives me. I'm sorry, you can be artsy, decked out in Supreme, but like you're artsy fartsy person. Like this guy is decked.
Hello there. Hello there, princess. Princess, come here, princess. What the fuck is that Discord mod line? Hello, princess. Hello, princess. Princess.
Decked out in Supreme is the vibe he gives me. I'm sorry, you can be artsy, decked out in Supreme, but like you're also, you just don't strike me as the person, as the guy. Okay, when you're middle-aged, decked out in Supreme, and you've got kids, I'm sorry, but you do not strike me as the type of guy that's like, oh no, I'm like really invested in every project that I do,
Yeah,
and so I just
yeah.
want to see the creative process, and so I want to get to know everybody so that we all have rapport, so that we can create the best project that we can. You don't give me that vibe, okay? You give me,
Princess.
take a picture of me. Are you getting my spiky hair? I am in my picture. Like that's the vibe he gives me. Like what do you mean? And so everybody looks very confused, and they look very uncomfortable because it's not making sense. Very alarming. And so she just keeps like giggling and like, not giggling, but like, okay, well, so anyway, back to the house, back to the metaphor. Do you guys see what's going on? So Youngja is expressing that he feels frustrated with Eva. So as they're talking about the house, Eva is like, I think it's a metaphor of having a balance inside and outside the house because one part of the seesaw is a house shape. The other part is nothing.
Oh.
Okay.
So she's like, I think it's a balance of having inside and outside the house and we don't have a balance.
Like a house versus work.
Yes,
Like a
and
family versus work.
exactly.
Uh-huh.
And Youngja is getting frustrated, and he says that, well, Eva just blamed him for everything. Like she just blames him for never being home, when in reality, he has to spend a long time outside the house for their business. So he even sent her this picture one time. And this is like a picture that's very emotional to Youngja. And he brings up this picture multiple times during this episode. And like
Okay.
I don't like this picture. He sends her a picture of a man, a husband, who's holding up a tray, and he's sweating. It's like a cartoon picture, and he's sweating. His knees are buckling, and he's got sweat pouring out of his eyebrows, his eyes just everywhere, and he's like crumbling, and he's holding up this tray, and on top of this tray is a wife and a child happily embracing with not a single thought in their fucking dome, not a thought in their frontal lobe. Bliss. They don't even know if they're standing on a tray or on the fucking solid ground. They don't know anything. They have no situational awareness. They got no thoughts, just vibes, just happiness. They're going to Disneyland. That's the picture. And he's like, yeah, I sent her this picture because, you know, she doesn't see what I go through. She's just always yapping about how I'm not coming home, when in reality, I'm doing this so that she and the kids can live in bliss.
That's crazy.
And then Eva hits him with like do you think that I don't have a job? Like, I am your job. You don't have a job. You are a Nepo baby. And so she's really calm. She doesn't
Eat him
snap
up.
at him. She doesn't talk badly about him. She's very zen. And even then, Youngzi is like, what do you mean? Your job is only good because I did that.
Damn.
He's like, do you remember all the past business failures that you've had? To Eva, he's like, remember all those business projects that you failed on? And then he's always like, you are always too naive. You're always getting scammed by people. I mean, your efforts, like, you're not only hurting your...
She's getting scammed by you. How much do you want to bet those failures are because of him overbooking her? How much do you want to bet that's why?
yourself, but you're hurting others. And you don't even cherish the blessing that you already have.
Wait, he's saying this right now during the photo shoot?
In front of the photographer and everything.
Dang.
And then he even says, you know, in front of the photographer, if I had someone like me, I would just sit there and be happy. Like, I'd rather be in Eva's position than in my position.
No, you wouldn't. No, you
It's even funnier
don't.
when you realize, like, everyone in China loves Eva and knows Eva because she's a talented actress.
Yeah,
and then nobody gives a flying fork about
Yeah.
Yangtze.
Yeah, one is a very skilled, talented actress versus the other one is literally everything in is a cringe. Like,
Yeah, or it's like he forced his wife to do something with him.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's his business project. That's it. He has no like business project that is not like forcing his wife at gunpoint to be in a live stream with him. And then he starts going on and on about how everyone in Eva's life is always complimenting her about how mature and grown she is and how independent she is. And he's so happy that she seems happy, but he's worried because he does not think that a lot of these things are true. And so these are all misguided conversations that people are having with her, even if it's not true.
Wow.
And then he sneers and he adds, whenever Eva tries to think, God starts laughing at her.
Dude, this is some crazy shit, y'all. This is like not even like a regular insult. This is like he's attacking her from the core.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Actually looks down on her.
He doesn't think at all.
He's like the dumbest bitch in the room.
Yes.
Like, this is really the dumbest bitch in the show. And everyone's like, Eva is like the smartest person in the room.
Yeah.
Her EQ is crazy. Remember when she
Yes.
EQ'd Mai into a circle?
Yes.
She was running circles on everyone with her EQ. And then all of a sudden, this guy thinks that he's the smartest one in the room.
Maybe that's how her EQ. She like stays low so he can go up, expose himself on TV.
Okay, so that's what everyone was
Right?
thinking, and that's my conspiracy to this day, is that if she and Yangtze had gotten a divorce without doing this show, which, by the way, plot twist, no, not plot twist, I'm not going to tell you what happens, okay? But if she and Yangtze got a
I know
divorce
the
without going on this show,
titles.
Yangtze would have been running his mouth. Yangtze would have been like, I did everything. I was doing A, B, C, and D.
Look
and
at
all
me
she
holding up
said-
this tray for them.
Yes, and she would always do this and this and this and this. But now that they've gone on this show, and that's why I feel like every time he says some crazy whack shit, she sits there and she's smiling. And I'm like, why is she
She knows what she's
smiling?
Yo,
doing.
imagine what she needs to say to get him on the show.
Oh, she was probably like, everyone's gonna love you.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
he was like, okay. He was like, I can be a badass CEO. I'm in.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I think she got him on this show for that.
That makes so much sense.
Because-
She's like, everything's going according to plan.
Yes, because all the other two wives, every time their husband says some dumb shit, like you can see the confliction in their face. They're like, I'm on national TV. Oh my god, I'm so pissed off. I'm on national TV. I'm so pissed off. Like, it's so hard for
Yes,
them.
okay.
With Eva, it's like
She came in knowing what was going to happen. I'm so happy for her.
I don't know why he just said that.
Mm-hmm.
So after he just berates her in front of the photographer, she is like, okay, well, Eva, do you want to say anything? And she says, I have nothing to say. And she looks like she's about to cry this time. Like, I think this time he went so far. It's insane. It's not even just like cringe. Okay, you're the coolest, best CEO dad ever. It's just fundamentally so messed up.
Yeah.
I can't even think of people who genuinely hate me online writing stuff like that, let alone your spouse saying stuff like that.
Yeah, because this is not even about, you know, we don't agree on this. This is like he genuinely just looks down on her as a person. Like,
So the photographer wants him to stand on the other side to equalize the seesaw. And he's so reckless. He's like jumping up and down. He doesn't care if Eva's going to get hurt or not. He's acting like this is just fun. And then when they're done, he says this is very normal for him because he feels the weight of the entire household on his shoulders on a daily basis.
yo, is this person real?
No.
Is he real?
Yeah, like it's crazy. And at one point, he's like so busy trying to lift up the part that Eva's seesaw is on that the photographer at the end is like, did you notice that when you're trying to be so handsome, holding it up by yourself, like showing off your strength, that you're no longer even part of the household? You're no longer even part of the house anymore? And Yangtze, who was smiling a second ago, he suddenly changes his expression. And he smiles sarcastically. And he goes, what's your last name again? in a very threatening tone, as in like, what's your last name? Because how dare you talk to me like that? And after this, I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna either get you blacklisted or I'm gonna cause some trouble with your life. It was immediate. It wasn't even like casually later, like, oh yeah, what's your last name? Like, do you have an Instagram? How do we follow your work? It was like,
Bro.
and what's your last name?
Wow. Huh.
He then
That
later
is
starts saying, like, you just
crazy.
don't get it because you probably are not the one in control of your entire family and your relationship.
To the photographer?
Yeah. And then he's like, I was the one that had to move Eva to a safe place. You know, you just don't get the point. And at this point, the
Bro.
photographer is not even engaging because she's so scared. Like, she looks freaked out. Mind you, she's very young. She's probably new to the industry, too.
Mhm.
She's
97.
Oh, yeah.
She's like in her 20s,
Yeah.
and netizens are flooding the comments saying Youngjae is coming off like truly terrifying in this clip. People are saying things like so scary. I felt like the next second Youngjae was about to call the mob on the photographer or something. Mind you, he's a nepo baby, so his
Yeah.
family does have power. They have wealth, and you know people are saying right from the get-go of him asking how old she is, whether she has a boyfriend, already felt gross and creepy, like he's harassing her in front of his wife. And then when he doesn't like her, he switches to just threatening her. After this, it was so bad that audiences started suspecting that this entire clip was scripted. So they're like, well, maybe it's scripted. And
There's
then the
no
photographer goes
way.
online to say, honestly, there was no script. Otherwise, I wouldn't have looked and felt so awkward. So she's like, no, not today. No one's getting away with this today.
Wow.
So later, when the three couples, they sit together to look at the photos after their photo shoot, they're all sharing the story of like the photo and it's all dramatic and stuff. And
Oh,
Youngjae
no.
and Eva, they're talking about it. And initially, all three couples, the other couples, they're like, I know what this is. They didn't get the metaphor of the balancing of the house. They're like, Eva is locked up inside of a bird cage because Youngjae has locked her up inside of a fucking bird cage to perform like a bird. Clipped her wings so that she can't fly.
Okay.
And then even Chill husband is like, it's so clear. Youngjae is the head of the family. He's the most important. And with his strength, he is the only one that can support the entire household. He's saying this fully sarcastically, right?
But
after hearing this,
but
Youngjae's
Young's like, oh yeah, he knows. He knows my struggle. He knows.
right, my man. That's right. You're 100% right. That is exactly my point. In fact, he starts bringing up that drawing again, the cartoon drawing.
Bruh.
Bruh.
And this time he adds a twist to it. With the photographer, there was no twist. This time, the second time he tells the story, he's like, but what you guys don't see and what nobody sees but me is that right behind me is a cliff. So even if I
No fucking way.
even if I stumble a little bit, we're all falling off the cliff. So the pressure is not even just holding them up. The pressure is like, really, you can't even put that kind of pressure into words.
Wow. I don't know. How
Bro.
did they stay married for this amount of time?
I don't know,
This is
bro.
crazy.
And then the panel,
Like spending 10 minutes with this guy is gonna give me trauma.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then the panel said exactly what I was thinking, which is this is the type of man that you cannot make eye contact with. Okay, I don't know if this is an Asian thing. Please let me know in the comments, right? I feel like it's not an American
make-
thing. Because you know what?
You make eye contact and they like just won't shut up. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe.
In Asia, it's like a thing, or at least in Korea, where if there is a guy who is talking the talk but not walking the walk, it's really hard to make eye contact with them.
What?
Because I feel like your eyes can immediately say, bitch, I know you're lying.
Oh.
But you're really not trying to do all of that. You're not trying to have a confrontation today. You're just trying to let them yap it out so that you can be like, okay, anyway, moving on, right?
Yeah.
So then you can't even look at them because the minute you look at them, you're going to go, you're still a liar. I know you don't do that. I know you don't even know how to fold a fucking sock, bitch. Like, that's the vibe. So the panel is like, I can't even make eye contact with this man.
Right. But he probably wouldn't give a fuck either way.
No.
Right?
And then
he
the other
wouldn't.
couples, they can't even make eye contact with this man.
Oh.
Especially the other women, they're like looking around like, I don't know where to look at this point. At this point, there were points where Chill wife physically puts her hand on her husband's mouth to make him stop talking. Because the more he talks, the more Youngjae talks. She's trying to pinch his lips together like a little duckling because he's just egging on Youngjae at this point.
Show the
troll.
photo.
Such a troll.
Show the photo.
And Yance is just like
No.
going for it.
And Maya's like, every time Youngjae starts talking, she has two modes. Either whatever he's saying is clicking with her. And
Oh.
she's like, and she's like listening to her favorite motivational podcast, right? Or she's like suddenly taking in the scenery. There's no in between. It's either I cannot look at this man or this man is me. And I resonate so deeply. We should be together. That's it. 2 stages.
Yeah, they
So
should.
did they clarify what the photos or what the seesaw is, the meaning
Yeah,
behind it?
yeah.
They did.
Yeah. And then Chill husband is just, Chill husband says, Youngjae, I have a question.
Oh, come on.
I have a question for you, okay? So we're all in this show to talk about our personal flaws. But why is it that every time we talk about you, it's always some glorious image of you, like we're a demonstration of your success, or your image comes across so grand, embodying greatness and righteousness. I mean, clearly things are not working out for you, right? So you just make us feel so insignificant and inferior, you know? And then this motherfucker, Youngjae, tries to turn everyone back to his side. He says, okay, let me share a story that really was very harmful to me, hurtful.
Oh, no.
And he says, I remember this like yesterday. Valentine's Day. I don't know how people date someone like this. I'm so lost. Okay, how do you even spell Valentine's Day? I carefully arranged a whole Valentine's Day date with Eva and our child, and I asked Eva to come along, and she was like, can I bring my friend? And I was like, okay, fine, bring your friend too. Now, during dinner, I kept getting phone calls for work, obviously. And so I had phone call after phone call after phone call. And when I got back, they're gone. They're all gone. And then I had to go to Eva, and I had to spend all night comforting her, calming her down, because she was upset with me.
while I'm upset with her.
Exactly.
For bringing a friend.
No, because I was so busy trying to hold up our family and the business.
Oh, I see.
Okay. And so then they're like,
Bro.
okay, Eva, tell us your side of the story. And she's like, okay, so here's what happened. I was going to have a Galentine's Day. And then last minute, he was like, hey, just come to this dinner that I arranged.
Galentine's girlfriend?
Yeah,
time?
like, you know, and then she's already with her girlfriend, made plans. And it's like, he didn't even make plans far in advance. So she made plans with her girlfriend to have a Galentine's Day instead of a Valentine's Day. And then all of a sudden, he's like, show up to this dinner spot. And then she's like, I really don't want to go. And then he's like, no, but you have to come and you can bring your friend too. So she's like, okay, fine. I'm sorry, friend. Do you mind coming? And her friend is like, no, it's fine. Let's go. So then they go. And for 2.5 hours, he's on the phone, running in it 2.5 hours. At this point, they've already eaten and they're just sitting there in this empty room while he's outside on a phone call.
I would
So then
leave
she's like, you know what?
too.
This is so annoying. I didn't even want to come in the first place. So let's just go. So then they leave. And she's pissed off because she's like, I didn't even want to go in the first place.
Yeah.
And then he's like mad at her.
Yeah.
And he's like, and then I had to comfort her.
Yeah. And it's a bad look too. You
For the friend,
Yeah,
yes.
for everyone. It's like-
And then it's like your friend probably expected a Galentine's Day where maybe
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
like watching a movie and doing fun stuff and not sitting
That
in this
is
awkward
so
public
insane.
restaurant where you're just waiting for someone to
I
show
would
up and end the
hate
meal.
Yeah.
to
What are
date
people saying
someone like
after
that.
And so everyone in the panel was just like, Youngza draws his own pancakes in the sky. No one even cares about his pancakes but himself. Like, it's crazy. And he says that all he does is run around like how to make money for this family.
Bruh.
And it's like crazy because we saw you running around on your phone to FaceTime another girl on the show. Don't draw me a pancake in the sky. I do not wish to have IHOP injected into outer space. So everyone just continues questioning. Like, this is so strange. Like, when are you going to finally focus on your family? And he says January 18th. That's the day after the show ends. So everyone's like, you're so weird. You're so weird. And so I'm thinking, okay, the night is going to be over. Everyone thinks Youngza is a loser and they're going to go to sleep just thinking about, wow, I don't know how this guy made it this far in life. Well, I was wrong because that night, Youngza, chill husband, and Mai decide that they're going to sit around the fire, the three of them, and stay up until 4:30 in the morning to talk about and encourage and praise one another. Mai straight up asks Youngza, did you grow up with such high EQ or did you develop it later? And she's not fucking around. She's not joking.
Oh my god.
She's
Well,
not joking. And he said, it's
I mean,
developed.
she has no EQ, so it makes sense that she would look up to him because they're both annoying.
You know, I think all of my progress is due to my suffering. And Youngza decides that this is a really touching conversation. He likes the trajectory. So he immediately starts just taking over. And it's like the three problematic guests. So these are the three people of the partnerships that everybody hates.
Yeah.
The three problematic guests. They gather, stay up all night long, chatting, empathizing with one another, just letting each other be heard and validated. And all the netizens are like, no, see, this is why people are in toxic relationships, because they will go outside, find the other toxic partners, and have a little group therapy. You know, have you seen that TikTok that's like,
yeah, okay.
just know that the meanest bitch you know in life is in a therapy session right now being validated by
Hell
her
yeah.
therapist. Okay, just know that.
That makes
Just
sense.
know that. And
Oh my
that's what's
gosh.
happening with these toxic couples. Netizens are commenting, Youngza not only failed to adjust his own sleep schedule, instead he adjusted the schedules of others to him.
Wait, the chill husband didn't call him out?
No,
Oh.
not at all. Yeah, and they said, sorry, the other three victims of the relationships actually can't stay up at night and have these little girl chat sessions because they need to recover. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to
Yeah.
make it through the next day with their
Yeah.
toxic partners.
Yeah.
Like, they actually need to recover. Yeah. And then some people are saying, oh, I see. The show started strong. And now we're just all over the place, huh? All over the fucking place. No progress.
So the chill husband, what's their like photo shoot about?
I don't know about their photo shoot because I will say I only listen to the parts where they're screaming at each other.
Okay.
She is very intense and he does not like to do anything. He's the type of guy that will stay in front of his wife.
Yeah.
I don't really think soulmates exist. I think you find a partner and then you just try to find happiness with that partner. That's crazy, first of all. Okay.
Yeah.
And then second of all, he's the type that's like, he doesn't think that relationships need to be hard. And by that, he means if he is doing something his wife doesn't like, and then that makes his life hard, he feels that that's not good.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I can see that conflict.
Yeah. Not like it makes sense. He doesn't make sense, but like this is a very common fight that I think a lot of people have.
Okay.
So that a lot of people are not as urged by them.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
They just seem like the wrong people perhaps to be in a relationship, but it doesn't seem like, no, these people should just never be in a relationship with anyone. Whereas Youngza and Mai, like we should lock them up in solitary confinement so that they can never date again
Yeah.
if they lose their partner or something happens.
Yeah.
Honestly, they should be separated from their partner and locked up for a little bit just to reflect. But the next episode, the couples therapist comes in. She is the woman who comes in to talk to the couple. She's like a celebrity who does all of this. I think she's like a motivational speaker. And she's the one she's the one Mai told the infamous green rice cake story to.
Yep.
Yeah. And I still think about that story every time. When you've already told me 10 things to think about at night and I've run through them and they're boring, I reject all of them. I come back to green rice cake story. I come back to this and this is what I doze off into because it was just unhinged, right? Anyway, the same counselor. I think she gets paid to instigate and she does a fantastic job. Phenomenal. She instigates in the right ways. She asks Youngza and Eva, without your partner, would your life quality go up or down? Eva is honest. She says,
Up.
I mean, I don't know if that's a great way of answering the question. I don't know if it's up or down, But overall, yeah, of course I'd be impacted. Of course there would be a lot of impacts, but at the end of the day, I mean, I have to move on. I have to keep living. I have kids. So she's being very honest and transparent. She's like, I don't know if it'll get better over time, if it'll be instantly worse. She's just saying clearly there's going to be an impact. I just don't know, up or down. And she's trying to be very cordial with it. And then this is the part that's so scary. The counselor asks Eva, do you have personal property? She doesn't even know what personal property is. She says, like, what do you mean? Like, under my own name? And they're like, yeah. Well, and she's like, well, I thought everything is community property between me and my husband. She doesn't know how much money they have. She doesn't know the bank account passwords. When she needs money, she goes to him.
No way.
Mind you, she's the one making the money.
That's
Okay,
crazy.
He's in charge of the money. She
That's-
doesn't know
that's
anything. She doesn't know what a personal
insane.
asset
What?
is. She doesn't know anything. And this is when all of the girls, they start giving her like a, oh, well, you should look into it.
Yeah.
You know, and they're giving her that as in like a, no, they're not like shaming her. They're not.
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
trying to give her hints in a way
Like,
that
you
Youngsu
need
doesn't
to
see it
take
clearly.
your
Of
own
like,
thing.
get your property,
Yeah,
get
yeah,
your
yeah.
property and get out, girl. Like that was the vibe. Yeah, even Eva is like asking Youngsu, oh, well, like maybe I should start asking, and he suddenly starts frowning.
That's so alarming. Because they met really young, right?
Yeah, she was really young. Meanwhile, he tells the whole class that nothing in his life would change very much if she vanishes. It doesn't really make much of an impact on him.
其实没
If
啥。
she
And the counselor promptly asks
vanishes,
him, then who's going to take care of the kids? And not because like women take care of the kids, right? But because she's so fucking agitated by this guy. Like he's acting like nothing's going to change in my life. But the counselor is like, okay, let me just point out one thing that's going to change. Okay, you're going to be a co-parent. You can't just force your wife to watch the kids. How are you going to watch the kids? And he literally, he looks over at her and says, isn't she going to take the kids?
Oh, shit.
Everybody is speechless. The counselor starts looking up at the stars, waiting for aliens to come and abduct her because she's so over humans. This man keeps going and says, actually, without Eva, I think I have less worries. I would have no worries, in fact. And there is nothing pettier
'cause
than
you're
a
cheating on
flabbergasted
her.
auntie, okay? Because the counselor straight up asks him, well, then what about your live streams? They're going to be negatively impacted without Eva because nobody cares about your fucking live streams.
oh, yeah, no one cares about your live streams at all. Without your gorgeous, amazing, famous wife, no one would care about you. You would get 0 views without your wife.
Unless your celebrity wife is in there. And he has... Yeah, he has the audacity to sit there and say, well, actually, my live streams have more views than hers.
Because
And the only reason that I live stream,
She's
so he
in
live
there.
streams on Eva's account.
Okay.
And he's saying that when she does her own live streams, it has lower viewers than when he's also in the live stream. That he
Bruh.
calls his live stream, even though it's on Eva's account.
Yeah.
Okay? So then Mai is looking at Eva like, you're not going to crash out because I would have crashed out 5 minutes ago. And Youngsu says, in fact, when Eva live streams alone, the comments will say things like, where is Youngsu? Bring Youngsu. Ask
I think they just want to see an annoying dude blabber. They don't like you.
Youngsu to come. And I'm like, yeah, they're asking that because you're such a fool. And I feel like I also enjoy watching a fool, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, the only reason that he needs Eva to live stream, because he can do it by himself, is because he live streams on her account, because that's the account that he grew for her. He grew the account for her. And so now he's going to use that account because it has more followers. And it's the platform's rules that if she's not present, then it could be considered impersonation. So it'd be a violation on your account. But she doesn't put in the work. He's the one putting in the work. He says, I hate to explain it, but I have to. Every time I persuade Eva to do the live stream, the energy it takes me to persuade her is far greater than the amount of time that she spends on camera.
Then why don't you make your own account? Why don't you grow your own account? Grow it bigger than hers. Since everyone loves you so much. Why don't you do that?
Bruh. Then grow your own fucking account, then.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. And then at one point, the counselor's like, okay, they can ask this. Who in the relationship has lost the most? Clearly, everyone in the nation of China can tell it's Eva because he started putting her in so many cringe projects afterwards so that he could be the male lead, even though he sucks at acting and they would get bad ratings. She was so talented. It still is, but before him, she was on like a really fast track trajectory.
And he ruined
Yeah.
that.
Youngsu immediately says, no thoughts, just verbalization of words. He says, I think both of us have gained. I mean, neither of us have lost anything. To which Eva just calmly says, I mean, I think that would be me. And he says, what, you lost youth? And she's like, don't be so shallow. I wasn't even thinking that. She would say, I mean, I guess just one of the things I can think of is my family and I are from Shanghai. And although I chose to move to Beijing to leave my family and my comfort there, I mean, that's a loss for me. And everyone's just saying, all the netizens are just commenting. Had this counselor just been anybody else, Youngsu would have asked for her last name too. But she's been like a goat in the industry that he can't dare do anything about her. But she was like egging and she was pushing him too. But the most shocking revelation for netizens is that after all of this, at the very end of the night, when couples are asked to write on the card whether or not they want to get a divorce, Youngsu writes that he does not want a divorce.
Please tell me she said yes. Please tell me she wrote yes.
But Eva writes that she does not want a divorce. After all of
Why? Girl, get up. Girl, get up.
this after he said that when she thinks, God laughs at her.
What? How? Why? What happened?
Why?
Did she explain?
No.
You couldn't figure it out why she changed her mind that night? Dang.
All the comments are just saying like, hey, counselor says, does your life get impacted if she leaves? Youngzi, no. Eva, then I'm not leaving. Everyone was so upset.
Dang.
But that is where I leave you with part 2 of the Youngzi and Eva Chronicles. Stay tuned for hopefully the last and final part of their chronicles where you'll find out if they stay together or not. You'll also find out some of the crazy stuff that he says, the way that he describes the way his wife looks. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, you're gonna want to die. Also, I gotta go. I'm getting enraged and I need to start part 3 in a second. Okay, I'll probably start it tomorrow because I need to rest and heal.
Yeah, I don't get time to heal. I guess this is the end of part 3. So, if you wanna see this is the end of part 2. If you wanna see part 3, then subscribe, YouTube watcher. Bye. Oh God. Oh God. My Wi-Fi is like absolutely dying, I think. But we need to watch part 3, I guess. Part 3, that's something I'm definitely looking forward to. Okay, let me switch to the other video, which is the last video of the series. And probably the last video for tonight for my own sanity. Since it'll be like 3 hours by the time we get done with it. 1080. Captions on. Did I? Oh, nope. What? Part 3. This hurts. Also, it's she better not get back with him, please. She better not. Okay, I need a stretch for like 1 second. I need a stretch. That is like I just need a break from Youngshu. Yummy, yummy Sprite. Oof. I feel like him and Mai would just be the perfect couple together. They would be the amazing couple. They're both so fucking annoying. Okay, I stretched a little bit. Okay. Oh, I think the last part is where. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Is that part of the background or what the? Did I just never notice that? Huh? I never noticed that. That like thing right here. That line. What is that? But Mai and Youngju would be like a match made in hell, but for them it would be heaven, honestly. Okay. It is unfortunately time to get to part 3. Yippee! Part 3. Yippee! Another hour. At least these two are under an hour, which like with me having it just like a little bit on speed, it won't be at that long. Hopefully. But part 3. Everyone deep breath in and out. Just Clear your mind. Prepare for suffering. Okay, and YouTube intro. What's up, everybody? My name is Mistic, and today we're watching the third part of the divorce, the marriage fixing show, but it's definitely a divorce show with the worst husbands who should definitely get together with the worst wife. They would be a perfect match. If you haven't seen the first two parts, check those out, and then come back to this one. By Stephanie Sue. Toxic husband divorced by a famous wife on TV, then begs for her back on TikTok Live. I really hope we get I hope we get to see the divorce happen. I want to see the moment she gives him the papers. And two, I hope she does not accept his begging. I hope she humiliates him. Please. Please. Let's get into it. Agua. Oh. Agua. What?
And
Agua.
There are just some things that I feel I don't need to see in someone else's relationship. That is the only way that I can summarize this Chinese celebrity divorce show. There are 3 couples. Every season, they bring in 3 celebrity couples. This season has got to be the most show of a season that I have ever witnessed in my
It definitely is. It definitely is.
entire life. The minute that you think that perhaps humanity is worth saving,
No,
these couples remind you, no, it's not. We all deserve to die.
but like, there's a crazier one happening right now.
I know. I heard about it. Your sister was telling me about it, and I was like, hold on, I'm still recovering from Mai and Yangzi. Like, these people are showing up in my dreams. It's getting bad.
But you're gonna give this a break.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna give it a break for like 2 seconds before you guys are like, I need more divorce stories. Because Yangzi, you're gonna need a break from him. Here's the thing. The other day that I was at the airport, I don't know if you guys have ever been in the Atlanta Hartsfield domestic. Actually, do you come up internationally like this? No, I don't think so. It's only the domestic terminal. There's something about the Atlanta airport. You touch down, you get off the plane, you gotta go on a fucking sky train. It's a subway station inside of the airport, and then you come out.
I've never been on a plane, never been on a subway, never been anywhere. I want to travel so bad.
The South Terminal.
I want to leave this country.
These escalators where you're basically slanted at like a 90-degree angle, and it just lasts for like 5 minutes, and then sometimes there's like a giant picture of the mayor on the billboard, and you're just staring off into the abyss, or you're just trying really hard not to stare at the person in front of you because you can see their practical butthole. So the other day we're flying into Atlanta, and I see this couple in front of us, middle-aged couple, and this guy on the escalator grabs his wife's butt, and his fingers are shoved in between her leggings butt crack, and I see him do like a firm okay, and I'm so shocked. I don't even know how to act. But the worst part is, in front of them are their 2 sons. Like, they've got sons that are maybe like, I don't know, 7 years old, 8 years old, and the dad. Yes.
Okay, so they didn't see.
But I saw.
Okay.
I didn't even consent to any of this.
I saw.
I did not need to be a part of this couple's business like that.
I did not need to hear this, Stephanie.
He had one hand on his phone, he was scrolling, and the other hand just, oh my god, I think that he could smell his wife for the next 30 minutes on his hand. He was deep in her crack. Holy shit.
Did the wife like it though?
She had no response, and I was like, this must be happening frequently. And then we get off the escalator, and we're headed to the baggage claim. I'm like, I just want to go home at this point. Like, if I had not been traveling, I might have been like, hee hee, kiki, right? But no, I was over it. And he tries to trip his sons on the way to baggage claim. And I'm like, okay, so this is really what we're dealing with right now. And then do you remember on the escalator, I turned around to you and I went, and you went, what? I said, I'll tell you later. That was what I saw, and then I forgot to tell you about it. And that's how I feel about this last installment of
Mr.
the divorce
Mango
show of
didn't
Yangzi
see
and his wife,
that?
Eva. There are some things in someone else's relationship that I really don't need to be a part of. But here I am, seeing it all, witnessing a 4-finger grab in the crack. There's only one person that Yangzi fears, one woman, and it's not his wife Eva. It's Mai.
Really?
Because as I'm watching this show, it's so good. There are so many points where Yangzi, he will yell at his wife in front of everyone. He will yell at the host, the producers, whoever is on the show. He doesn't give a flying fork, except for Mai. So the first few episodes I was talking about how
No
Mai,
one
we
wants to
covered her. We
upset
need to go back to
Mai.
Mai, right? But Mai would stay up late and talk to Yangzi and chill husband, and they would just be in like a circle jerk of like, we're not the toxic ones. We're not the toxic ones.
They definitely are, but at least cool guy. At least he puts the other 2 in their place, though. At least he does that, right? At least he does that.
We're doing our best. We're doing the best for our family that we can. No one appreciates us. That was their circle jerk until like 4 or 5 in the morning. But even then, Yangzi started He sleeps at like 10 in the morning. He wakes up at 2 p.m. But because of Mai, he starts sleeping early. He doesn't want to be around Mai.
No way.
There's this one part where he's in the little community kitchen and he's eating the rice and he eats slowly. He's actually mentioned in previous interviews that he has to chew every bite 30 times before he swallows because he gets indigestion
I
issues.
thought he just glopped down like
Yeah, he just Googled 2 things of peaches.
a peach.
Yeah, he did. So I don't know. This man said 25 different things.
Where are the chews?
That's true. I saw him gluck those peaches. Those were crazy ones too.
crazy.
It was like slithering down his esophagus like an oyster. No, but in a separate interview, he said, I have to chew 30 times. I eat so slow. So he's chewing 30 chews.
And they just-
The minute Mai walks into the room, and she walks in like a gangpye. You know what a gangpye is? It's Korean for gangster. She walks in, she has like a perpetual smirk. She walks in like, who am I gonna f around with today? Who am I gonna yell at today? That's her vibe. She's like smirking. He sees her walk in. Suddenly, he's like fucking eating everything. His last few bites of food,
And
he
she
choked down with
claps.
water. And then he's quickly cleaning up. It becomes very chaotic, very serious the minute that he sees Mai. Anytime he's making fun of Mai and she turns around and stares at him, he starts shrinking into himself. This is the only woman that he has ever been afraid of. I don't even think he's afraid of his mom like that. He seems like the type that would be afraid of his mom. But Mai's correcting all of his bad habits.
Good.
People call her the equalizer for Youngja. I think
They
the
need
most
to get
effective way to get
married.
Youngja to be better to his wife is to threaten him and say, if Eva decides to divorce you, you legally are contractually obligated to marry Mai. I feel like he would become the best husband in the world in 0.2 milliseconds. It's that bad. So let's get into the final installment of Youngja and Eva. We've already been through all of it. We've already been through Youngja saying that every time his wife tries to think a thought, every time she tries to speak a word, a coherent sentence, even God be giggling. Okay, he has said practically everything that is divorceable. Anything that you could tell a family attorney and they'd say, oh, I've never heard that one before. Youngja has done it all on national television. Especially
hate
in
him.
this episode, he starts talking about how Eva just needs to focus on her main career, which is acting. He tells her, I mean, why do you keep trying to make all these companies? You're not good at it. He's giving Kanye, I like some of the Gaga songs, but what the f does she know about cameras?
I like some of the Gaga songs. What the f does she know about cameras?
Young's is like, what the f do you know about cosmetics? What do you know about building a business?
Like he's like belittling her
In front of everybody.
for what reasons?
He's just saying, like, you need to focus on acting. Like, you keep wanting to be this bad CEO, but you're not. So tone it down.
What
And
the
you're
fuck is
delusional. All your
he?
friends keep telling you that you're this independent grown woman, but you're not. You know nothing. At one point,
the
even
fuck is
Maya's
he?
like, hey, Youngja, maybe like you should give your wife some face. Like maybe you should let your partner have some dignity on national television, you know?
And they
she's
just-
like, as long as your wife is happy, that should be enough. He says, happy my ass.
No.
And he just starts. This is the era where even Chilla husband says, Youngja, my brother Youngja, has entered a new stage in this reality show where he doesn't care about his image anymore. Like previously, he still kind of cared, but like you could still see it seeping through the cracks that he's a despicable person. But at this point, this is the
I
last
hate him.
installment, part 3. He doesn't give a fork anymore, and he's got a nasty temper, and he's just letting it out. He's so mad. He's upset that nobody sees him as a CEO, so he's got to put his wife down. And he starts talking in circles at one point. He keeps saying things like, "I agree, but I don't approve." She thinks I don't support her, and the truth is, I really don't support her. Like, what do you-
Then what's the
I hate that she
problem?
thinks I don't what? Support her? And I still don't?
Yes. He says that every time she tries to start a cosmetics brand, it's just nonsense. It doesn't make any sense. He says there is something wrong with her brain. And he
What-
keeps
what do
asking
you
the
know
other
about
people, asking the
makeup?
other couples about his own wife. Isn't she an idiot? She's a total idiot. Oh my God, I'm so stressed out.
What do you mean?
No, he's just saying this in front of everyone.
Like what is like why? This is just like a group.
Why?
they're hanging out.
No, because the producers are probably inciting some shit, okay? The producers are probably like, hey, Mai, come here, Mai. Ask them about their future goals. And then Mai would go sit back down and she goes, so what's everybody's 5-year plan, essentially?
I see. So they're just talking about their future plans.
Yes.
And Young's is just going in.
Yeah.
At Eva. I see.
And he keeps saying Eva needs to focus on acting because that's her main talent. And she just needs to grow one thing instead of focusing on 25 different things. And he says, actually, she thinks that I'm being rude, but I'm thinking about her. Because here's the thing. When we go to shopping malls, me and Eva, we'll go look around and we'll see all these advertisements of people that started acting around the time that she started acting. And every day there are less and less big brand deals and advertisements with Eva's face plastered on Lancome and all these things. And every time she sees all of her peers on these advertisements, I can see her face. She looks sad. She looks contemplative. But then when I try to ask her about it, she's like, oh, changes the subject.
Who are you? Like,
Exactly.
Who are
so
you?
Everyone, all the commentators, because they have a panel of celebrities who are also reacting, they're like, wait. But first of all, she's probably feeling that way because you're a dad and she's constantly taking care of the kids, so she can't even focus on her career.
Yeah.
Second of all, I thought you were her agent, so
Yeah.
not if she's not getting
Like
booked ads.
he's also an actor too.
Yeah.
He tried so he
Yeah.
be acting for
Where's
decades.
his
Oh, just
poster?
wait, the last episode of this entire series, he pulls out all his acting. Sobbing, mental breakdowns, K-drama comes out. It's not even C-drama, CEO daddy anymore. It's fucking full-on K-drama.
Hello,
He whips it
princess.
all out. The panel,
Yeehaw.
they can't even take it seriously. He's sobbing and they go, what is going on right now? I'm so confused. It gets bad. He can't take care of the kids. She's taking care of the kids. He makes her take on so many shitty acting roles. It's probable that a lot of nice scripts aren't calling her because she's had like a row of flops reason for all of that. But instead, he keeps telling her, you just need to practice acting. That's what you're good at. And she says, well, I don't want to live stream. And he says, no, but that helps your acting. He said the live stream helps her acting.
How?
Yes, he says the TikTok shop, the TikTok lives
No,
are
it don't.
actually part of your business. And it's you need to get better at it so that you can get better at acting. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about right now. And at this point, no one can even make eye contact with him. And he stops the conversation and he's like, that's enough of that. I'm getting mad now. So everyone's like, okay, I guess
Like
we'll
it was actually
Oh,
serious.
he was so tense. No one could. You know how chill husband has nonstop been ruffling his feathers.
Yeah.
He would walk over and do a little like a little tickle tickle. Are you pissed off now? You know, he was quiet. Everyone was quiet. It was actually really scary. It was toxic scary.
Wow. And then I bet that's like how he usually acts.
Yeah. After all of this, they have to endure it, and I swear the producers know what they're doing because after this tense argument, the very next morning they gotta go on a
her
7-hour
couch is so
road trip.
cool.
Each couple gets their own car, decked out GoPros. I don't even know how it's safe because I'm getting angles of this car that I should not be seeing angles of this car. I am witnessing more of every couple in every car than if I were actually in the back seat with them driving 7 hours. There's like 25 different camera angles. Each couple gets in a car. This is when Mai and her husband.
When are they? I was gonna say, when is Mai gonna take over this? Yeah.
Have like a full-on mental breakdown. It's a shit show. You remember that. But now we've got Eva and her husband, and he tells her, I'm too tired. You drive. So I'm thinking she's gonna start driving because all the other couples, both the other wives, they drove less, but I think that they all took turns, right? Eva gets in the car and she's like, well, I'm tired too, but she starts driving. She's not complaining. And immediately, Yangzi, what do you think is a good road trip partner? What do you want in a passenger princess 7-hour road trip? What do you want me to do? You
Shut up.
Out, I know. No, what do you want me to do? I'm in the passenger seat. What do you want me to do?
Like feeding me great stuff. What do you mean?
Because that's what you do. Like if I'm also driving, I want my passenger princess, my passenger prince to be like, I don't know, yapping to me,
Asleep?
like keeping me company. Okay, that's what I want.
I won't
That's what
mind
you want.
to be
No, Young's
asleep.
is like, I don't give a fork. I'm going to sleep. He falls asleep instantly. And
I
she's
mean,
like,
that's
I don't even
my
wanna drive. And he
dream.
keeps saying things like, you can drive. You like driving anyway. And he keeps gaslighting her. You know what they say, right? The greater the ability, the greater the responsibility. And you're good at driving, so. And he just keeps knocking out. And the whole time.
I hate this man. The greater the ability, the greater the responsibility. So, are you finally admitting that you aren't great? That you can't do jack shit? Are you finally admitting that? Are you finally gonna admit that? No?
Every
Okay.
time he would wake up, he would talk about how tired he is. And then when he does wake up, he doesn't feed Eva anything. He's just leisurely sitting there cracking melon seeds.
Melon seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know you could eat melon seeds. Are these pumpkin
Are you
seeds?
kidding me?
What do you mean?
The melon seeds?
Yeah.
It's like you eat the seeds inside of the shell, right?
I've only
That is crazy.
I don't
It's
eat
like
seeds.
simply the most popular snack.
like
for
sunflower seeds.
watermelon seeds.
I've never
sunflower-
had
yeah,
that.
sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds.
Why do y'all call it melon seeds?
Oh, there's also watermelon seeds.
I think it
Watermelon
didn't
seed.
look like sunflower seeds.
Oh, then it's watermelon seed. It's black, right?
Yeah.
It's like roundish.
Yeah.
It's watermelon. I love that thing growing up.
Really?
Yeah.
I
You
don't
never
like-
had
I don't
watermelon
eat
seeds?
How do
seeds.
you make them?
You don't make them. You buy
Okay,
them.
no,
in the bag.
I've never had watermelon
God.
seed. What does it taste
So
like?
the skin's actually salty. It's like you suck on it a little bit, like, and then you
Ooh.
crack it in the middle, and it opens, and it's like a very thin slice of round seed. It's so good. It's kind of hard to feed someone watermelon seeds, though, because when
Okay,
you crack
but-
it, it's like your saliva's all over it.
But then why can't he feed her something else?
That's true. He could though.
Crack
If he
a
wanted
watermelon
to, he
seeds?
would.
Yeah, you crack me lychee.
Yeah, if he wanted to, he
longan.
would.
What's the weirdest thing? You'll crack me like blue crab legs, and it's like the tiniest.
Crack you the fucking.
Pomelo. Oh
those
yeah,
are
those are
hard.
hard to crack. It's okay, you can crack open something else. These are moments that no one should be a part of. You know what I mean? Anyway, so if anybody else is watching this entire situation, you would think that
I
this
love
is his
them.
personal driver, and so she just keeps casually saying things out loud that she's thinking he's gonna get the hint. Oh, I've already been driving for 3 hours. What do you think that means?
That's crazy.
What do you think that means?
Switch
She got the
sides.
hint, but he's not getting the hint. Youngzi says, well, why don't you just push yourself a little more? You could try doing another 3 hours. She's done 3 out of 7 hours, and he says, push yourself to do more. And what's even crazier is that Eva, she's trying to focus on driving. Youngzi is sitting there like a commander, just like, pull over here, turn like this, always telling her what to do. Whenever she doesn't follow what he says, he would start just lecturing her. So then she would just do it his way. She would switch lanes when he wants her to switch lanes. And then after driving for 5 straight hours, Eva finally starts feeling tired. She's rubbing her wrist, her arms, and then she says, there's still more than an hour left. I really don't think I can drive anymore. Youngzi, he's been doing this, yip, the whole 5 hours. Suddenly he can't hear. Doesn't hear it.
That is brutal.
Later, when they stop briefly at a rest area, the director comes up and is like, hey, if you guys need a driver to take over, just talk to us through the walkie-talkie. AKA, Eva looks like she needs to rest because she's exhausting herself, and we don't want to get sued if you guys get into a car accident, so like, let us know if you need a driver. Before Eva could even answer, Youngzi raises his hand and he's like, no need, it's fine. We'll just drive slowly.
Dude.
Then he
I
keeps
hate this
encouraging Eva
dude.
to keep driving. And his
Hello.
whole reasoning
Hello.
behind this,
Not at all?
not even a second. And he tells her this is about you.
He didn't drive at
and
all?
keeping going.
Oh my god.
He says, who else? What other girl could say that they drove the entire ride? Nobody else. This is your way to prove to yourself that you can do it. And then she's like, I don't really think I want to do that. Like, that's not really something.
Listen, just because you're an ass doesn't. Bro, I hate him. I hate him. This shouldn't be her problem. You're on a marriage fixing show. Supposed to be 50-50. Supposed to at least help her with something. You've done nothing. You gave her shit food. You insult her constantly. You don't even drive. Why are you married?
And I need to prove to myself that I can drive 7 hours for a road trip. And then he says, but I can't drive because I went horseback riding yesterday, so my body's sore. Guess who also fucking went horseback riding yesterday? Eva, because you're on a reality show.
But also, it's just
They were a team.
Yeah, the horse's back hurts, okay?
Exactly.
Not your back. The horse is tired. Not
Well,
you, weirdo. He shows no.
I mean, I used to do horse riding, but I don't remember. I think it does kind of make you sore, but they both did that, so it's not really like an excuse for you because you both did it. So
sympathy, no
He
understanding.
gaslit
Yes.
her for
Driving.
7 hours.
He keeps telling her, you should just drive it all the way through. Later, you can brag and say, I drove for 7 hours while I didn't drive at all. Like, don't you want to set a record? And Eva, I think she's just trying to avoid a whole argument. She ends up driving all the way. The rest of the time, he's curled up in like a little ball, going to sleep on the passenger side. At one point, he wakes up near the end. There's still 20 minutes left. And even the commentators are like, oh, look at Eva, she looks rough. And they're saying things like the last 20 minutes is like the longest 20 minutes ever. And she's just exhausted. She's chugging Red Bull. And Eva, he wakes up. He says, I'm so tired. He was like, I drove 7 hours straight and you slept the whole time. How can you say you're tired? They make it last to meet up with the other couples. Eva walks in and she immediately tells the girls, I drove 7 hours by myself all the way here. She's not bragging. She's like, hello, I'm pissed, okay? And then my the instigator, she goes, you drove 7 hours all by yourself? How come you're saying it with a smile? She's like, you should be pissed. I'm pissed for you. You're not pissed? Like, she's going in.
do your shit.
She's like, if it were me.
Wait, didn't
Do
Mom
your
just have
shit.
one of the craziest right
Yeah.
with her husband too?
Yeah. She's like, if it were me, I would definitely lose my temper. You really keep your emotions very steady. Okay? Yangzi comes in. He's like talking about nonsense. He's not even talking about the drive. And then eventually they all sit down for dinner and Eva mentions, again, this time in front of the husbands, I drove 7 hours all by myself. Okay? And this is when he hits her with a, yes, but during the whole 7 hours, I trusted Eva with my life because she's the person I trust most.
I want to
Never seen
stab this
someone
man.
gaslight.
I'm gonna
No,
hurt
is
this
so dumb
man.
and somehow so
Is he dead
effective.
ass? Is he not? He's not joking, right?
No, he's
See, this
always
would get me.
dead
This would get
ass.
me.
He's
This is my final boss
he
because
never
it's so dumb. I got no argument.
jokes.
I got no argument because how can you say? I mean, what can you say to that? It's not even normal gaslighting where you can be like, don't try to gaslight me. I know the truth. This is like, I have no response. He's so thick-skulled, okay? You can't even have a conversation with him. The only person that can get under his skin a little bit is your husband, who hits him with a, oh yeah, brother Yang gave up on his image.
说明杨哥已经不在乎形象了。
He's like, he doesn't care what the viewers think about him. He don't give a fuck. That's what that means, okay? So he keeps, brother Yangzi is like, oh, what did he just say? He keeps saying, no, that's not why. I just wanted her to challenge her. He doesn't care if the netizens fucking hate him. And then he starts whispering to himself, wait, am I gonna get attacked by the netizens for this? And he starts caring a little bit more.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow, he's that empty up there.
Oh yeah.
You didn't think that was crazy?
No. Yeah.
Wow.
Empty.
But just
Absolutely
wait until we hit the
empty.
next part because now you're gonna keep flip-flopping. Have you ever heard of the saying of like, hey, once you dug your grave, don't make me be a witness? It's basically
No.
like saying when you are miserable in your marriage and you decide you're not getting it out of your marriage, you dug your grave and we can't be a witness of it. That's what people are saying about Eva at this point because just you wait, it's about to turn around real quick. So that night they decide that they're going to do this like wedding vow thing where every single couple is going to take a piece of paper and reflect on their wedding vows, reflect on their entire marriage thus far, how they got here, reflect on their strengths, their weaknesses, what they could have done better, and then they're going to read it to each other in front of each other, but not just in front of each other, in front of the other couples as well, and obviously us. Okay, so Yangzi and Eva are standing there with their little scrolls in front of them. Yangzi's like, I'm gonna start first because mine is pretty simple. He hits it with a, I'm perfect, you're perfect, we're perfect for each other, I love you. I think I kept most of my wedding vows, you know? But I mean, I think there's always room for improvement, but as for you, you're perfect. Like, you're the perfect wife. Everyone watching this, okay? Mai's husband, Lee, I will say, at least the other two couples, they're putting in the work. They're writing paragraphs. Mai might be going off on her husband. She's rat-a-ta-ta-ing, but she's writing like 10 pages. They're trying. In some aspects, they're kind of trying. Not Yangzi. Mai's husband is looking at him with the, you know, the Chrissy Teigen meme that's like, because he's like, the guys were sitting together writing this, and he literally like, and then threw his pen, and he was just chit-chatting the whole time. So he didn't even put thought into it. This was
Bruh.
careless, half-hearted. Even if you listen to it, it's dumb because you guys are on a what? A divorce show. What do you mean your marriage is perfect? What show are you on? You bozo?
Y'all are
Okay,
not perfect for each other.
I think he probably just like has low IQ. I feel like his IQ could be that like cuckoo. Like he's genuinely just like
Cuckoo.
he doesn't get it. He doesn't know. He's lost.
And Eva is crying and she looks upset. And everyone's like, ah, that makes sense because clearly you can tell. He didn't put in thought. He didn't put in effort. It's so careless, right? And then it cuts to her sitting with the producer. And she says,
That was so romantic.
when I was writing mine, I wrote about how things he could have done better and so much of his shortcomings. Yet when it was his turn, he didn't write a single bad thing about me. He only saw me as the perfect wife. And that touched me so much. And I felt so guilty that I wronged him. It made me reflect that maybe the problem is with me.
Maybe she's like so gaslit.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Like, at this point, he shows any sign of kindness.
And as she's crying, he starts crying and he starts saying, I don't want to see her cry. I can't bear to see her cry. I won't allow her to cry. I don't want her to feel wronged. And I won't allow anyone to make her feel wronged. And everyone's like, hold
You
the
make
fuck
her
on,
feel
because
wronged.
Nobody has wronged your wife except for
Except
you.
you.
This entire time. Why are you fighting invisible ops when they are inside of you? You
Look
are
in
the
a
one.
mirror.
But this moves Eva even more. And she won't stop crying.
Eva, stand up. Stand up. Get up. Get up. Bro, your man sucks. Please divorce him and don't look back. Do not look back. Just
Oh my god.
Bro.
And everyone looks disappointed. The counselors look over at like the panel of the celebrities. They look exhausted. The other
Bro.
couples, they look like they're contemplating moving to a different country and changing their names because they don't want to finish witnessing this entire terror. They look like they're contemplating whether or not pickleball is a real sport. They look upset. They look deep in their thoughts. One of the commentators even comments out loud, what's going on with Eva Huang? Like, what's going on with her? We don't know what's happening. Now, eventually, they bring in these two famous actresses, Niping and Taiming. They're going to help all the couples work through all of this. And Eva mentions to the two veteran actresses, like, she had to drive for 7 hours because he didn't want to drive. And that's when Yangzi gets upset. And he's like, well, the staff had to come in and check up on us. Why don't you let the staff drive? Why don't you let them get you a driver then? It would have been totally normal for staff to drive. That's what they're for.
What the fuck are you saying? You staff asked and you were like, no, we'll drive slow. We'll drive slow. Actually, she'll drive slow. I ain't doing jack shit.
It's not that you don't drive, that I have to drive. You can just not drive and they can have a driver drive.
I'm speechless.
I know. And then I keep looking over at him and he's just...
Thank
His mouth
you.
won't close this whole episode. No, it's
Thank
so
you.
bad.
I will hydrate. Thank you. This is draining me. Yum.
And so the counselors in the observation room were speechless, like, what is he talking about?
He said
Yangzi
not to
explodes
drive.
nonstop. I mean, maybe after this show, this relationship really won't continue because it's just crazy. Like, I'm not a punching bag. I'm not gonna just take all of this all the time, all this judgment, all this blame. Like, I have a family too. My mother would be so heartbroken watching this. I'm also my mother's son.
I'm a baby boy.
No, it's
me a baby
crazy.
boy.
I'm just a
Some of the other
boy.
couples are like, this guy doesn't even have basic respect. At one point, Mai decides I'm gonna step in. And you know what? This is the one time I'm like, Mai, sometimes, fine. Sometimes I get it, okay? Sometimes I get what he sees in you, okay? She steps up and she's like, hey, don't be yelling at Eva like that. And I'm like, okay, Mai. Okay, cool. He says, shut up.
不要你说，闭嘴。
To my
Yes, I don't need you to speak. Don't interrupt me. This is between us two. Let her talk about the situation. Don't talk. Shut up. We don't all have to talk.
like he's dead ass.
Yeah.
Oh, is he like acting like a CEO?
Yes.
Okay.
So Eva gets so upset. She's like, I gotta go.
Let's
I can't
not
this
do
now.
that.
She leaves and goes to another room. And he even blames Eva.
But like, what happened to Mike? Did she just back off?
She then was like, wait, I wasn't trying to blame you. And then I was like, God, shut up. Like, that's when you shut up. You already got yelled at. You might as well go down a hero. She's like, I wasn't trying to like blame you. And then he's like, no, but Eva's blaming me. And everyone's like, yeah. No,
Everyone will
that's the whole
blame you.
point.
What do
And
you
at one
mean?
point, he says, the thing that she was bragging about last night to everybody is the thing she's blaming me for. And everyone's like, wait, she wasn't bragging that she drove 7 hours. She was in a high EQ way throwing you under the bus in front of everyone. She wasn't saying, hey guys, guess what?
She was
I drove
saying,
for 7 hours.
ugh.
She was saying, hey, can you fucking believe that this motherfucker over here made me drive for 7 hours straight? That's what she was doing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But he said, whatever she was bragging about last night is what she's blaming me for today.
Wow.
So then she goes to a second room. Eva is crying. He goes in. We thought that he's going in to talk to her and reconcile with her and apologize, but he doesn't. So then he walks in and he hits her with because you keep crying today, I'm going to be cyberbullied to death by netizens.
Good.
Oh my
gosh.
Oh my
Good.
gosh. Bully the shit out of this guy.
As you should.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
As
But
you
Young's like,
should.
"Hey, can you stop crying? They're going to bully me. They're going to write mean comments about me." And then he keeps gaslighting her. The reason why I was mad is because we both said that you would create a new record of your own.
Bro, just shut up. Oh my god.
But then when you're talking about it today, you started crying.
Oh my god.
She's crying some more. He's like, okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to go back outside. Don't make everyone wait for you, okay? You should come out in about 3 minutes. If you don't come out in 3 minutes, I'm going to quit filming.
Oh, that's even fun. He just like tripled
I
down.
hate him.
And
I
then he
hate
gave
him.
her,
I
like,
hate him,
ultimatum.
bro.
3
Bro,
minutes
he
is crazy.
sucks.
And I
In
think
the
he
midst of-
notices that because he says, okay, I'm going to give you 10 minutes to think calmly. Do you understand me? I hope you can follow my pace for one last time. You come in 10 minutes. I'll wait for you regardless of the reason. If you don't come, then I'm going to quit filming. When he walks out.
Yo, this is
No,
crazy.
it gets crazy. When he walks out.
Because if someone says that, I'd be like, oh yeah, quit filming.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm coming out in an hour.
You're gonna get bullied.
Yeah.
Not me.
So then
Bye.
he walks out. He goes to a producer. He's like, what time is it? 2:35. Remind me when it's 2:45, okay?
The producer's like, okay, the show is on, guys.
Yeah.
All cameras, everything's on.
This is fucking crazy. So then one of the actresses, she sits down with Youngza and she's like, I really used to not understand you. But after what you said today, I can understand you. You're a man who likes to get things done. And he's like getting off on this. He's like, yeah, I am. You always think about your family, your wife, and you think that they'll always wait for you, right? And you're preparing their future properly. You have properly gotten the money together at the house, the children's schooling expenses.
I'm waiting for the shoe to drop.
Aside because you're a forward-thinking husband. He's like, yeah. And she hits him with a, good. So promise me this on television, that if you and your wife ever divorce, you will not do her dirty. She makes him promise in front of national television because she later says after experiencing Youngza, she couldn't sleep for multiple days out of anger.
Oh, like in the sense of he wouldn't just like left her with nothing. Like it would be like a fierce.
Yeah, like
fierce
don't
split.
fuck her up and promise on national TV you won't fuck her up.
On the money, finance.
Yeah.
Ah.
On the kids, child support, everything.
I see.
Don't fuck her up. And he realizes that she set a trap. So he has nothing to do except fume by himself and promise that he's not going to fuck his wife up in the divorce. But she said that she couldn't sleep for several nights. It's giving like, when you practice conversations in your head all over again.
Yeah.
That was asked to come in and consult with the couples.
Wow.
Yeah. Everyone commented on this episode. Suddenly, my husband is a lot more palatable because of Youngza. You know what I mean? So I guess this program really is reducing marriage and divorce rates at the same time simultaneously. No one's getting married. No one's getting divorced because it could always be worse out there. The next episode, though, Youngza realizes what's happening. So he switches it up. He said, let me do a 180-degree change. He grabs his wife's hand out of nowhere. And there was this little cut that she had like 20 years ago. And he's looking at it. And he's like studying it, making sure it's okay. And even she's looking at him, looking at her finger, looking like, are you fucking okay? Are you all right up there? What's happening? She's speechless. And he keeps asking her all day, like, I'm really trying to be sincere. Can you feel my sincerity? I don't know what that means. If someone asks me if I can feel their sincerity, I don't even know what that means. Like, what do you want me to say?
Can you feel how alert and aware I am today?
I'm not lying. I don't know what I would say. And Eva is just speechless. She keeps closing her eyes and going, She's like, when I open my eyes, he's not going to be here. When I open my eyes, it will be a dream.
Please
Okay.
be gone.
So she opens
Please
her
be
eyes, and
gone.
he's still there. Oh my God. And the final stage, before the couples decide if they're going to get a divorce or not, is 36 questions. They sit in this super sci-fi room that looks like it's in the middle of the desert, but there's this giant window outlooking the desert, and they sit
36
facing each other, and
questions?
they have to answer 36 questions.
Isn't it
It
20?
doesn't start off super emotional, but Youngza, remember all that acting he did? He's sitting there. You can already tell. Like, when
He's
people are
getting into character.
Yeah, like when people are in a mood and you can tell, but the mood is not genuine. When someone
Like
is
TikTok acting.
Yes, it's TikTok. He's like looking afar. First question. Eva's smiling because the first question is a light question. There's 36 questions. Usually the emotions, I would imagine the producers ask the questions in a way where maybe we start hitting 34, number 35, number 36. That's when it gets emotional. If you could only have one last dinner for the rest of your life, who would you choose to eat with?
Myself.
I don't know. Oh my God. Perhaps my body is really weak right now. I've always felt that this is merely a show.
Is he crying, sobbing? What is going on?
But I'm increasingly discovering that this show is a spiritual interrogation into myself. Bro, just fucking answer the question.
Just say
Who are you
your
having dinner
wife.
with? No one asked for your introspections about the TV show. If there's only one dinner in life left, I want to have my last dinner with you and tell you how much I love you. And I'll say that one last sentence, I love you, I love you, I love you so much.
you.
Even the counselors are looking at this like, one of them comments like, isn't it a little too soon for this?
Yeah.
It's the first question. We got
Bruh.
36 more more questions. Buddy, we can't keep up this emotional journey with you. Eva looks confused, and Yangzi keeps holding his hand to his chest, looking somber. He's not even looking at Eva. I don't know if he's confessing this to Eva or to us. I'm like, are you telling me that? Because he's like acting to the cameras. He won't even look at her. I don't know if it's the lack of food and the sleep. I saw you sleep in the car, okay? The sleep the last 2 days. I don't know why I'm so fragile right now. Last night, I was asked if I wanted a divorce, and I said yes. But I told the other guys that I just want to make you happy myself. I don't trust anyone else. And after so many years, I've never made you happy. All I do is run around, work. That's all. That's all. I mean, it cuts to these two counselors that are always in frame, and they just be smirking the whole time. There's a little tiny square edited on, and it's just... Every time he starts crying, you just see floating counselors' heads, and it's just... Yeah, at no point do they feel anything. And he's just breathing and sobbing and dry heaving and... reaches into his...
How bad is it? 0 to 10, the acting.
It's giving like high school play.
High school play?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I've seen plays with better acting.
He's got a tissue. I've never met a guy who just carries around tissues, okay? I carry around tissues because I'm a sinusy bitch. He has a tissue in his pocket. Never seen that before in my life. He whips it out like he's ready. And Eva is just staring into his soul. I think she's trying to understand where this is coming from or if this is legitimate. And she says, I also choose to eat with you. It seems like there are a lot of things between us that haven't been said yet. And as she's saying that, he gets his... He's just honking like a fucking bullhorn. He's not even wiping his eyes. He's honking like an elephant trunk. And I know what you're gonna say. I don't even say it. Don't say it.
I don't even know what I'm gonna say.
When I cry, my nose cries more than my eyes cry. And so I be honking like an elephant too. And do you know how embarrassing that is? That's very embarrassing. I wish I could be like a cute little crier. But no, why does he have to honk? I can still hold it. You know, sometimes I try to hold it and then my ears get clogged like I'm on a plane, really high altitude. So he can hold it, but he doesn't. He's blowing his nose like an elephant's blowhole. And she's responding. He never once looks at her. It feels like he's declaring the love for the audience. And his answers are just so bizarre. Please describe in detail your idea of a perfect day. Question number 2.
Okay.
My most perfect day.
My most perfect day.
That's when I overheard one of the guys tell me that you were answering a question whether or not to divorce me. And you chose not to divorce me. I slept particularly well that day. The next day, you gave me your hat. That was a gift that made me especially happy.
What?
Even when I saw a string come loose, I just sewed it back on again, and that hat made me so happy, and I will wear it happily anywhere.
Are you
Yesterday,
wearing the
you
hat
accidentally
right now,
left
though?
Your white hat in my room. I tied the two hats together so that they could be together, and
What is going on?
that was... I think that day was
Is he wearing the
the
hat?
most perfect day over the past few years.
Okay.
I don't even know how that answers
How
the
old are
question.
your kids?
I don't know how a hat is a perfect day. He's not even telling me how he
No.
wore the hat and all this good stuff.
No,
started
we
happening because he's
don't.
wearing the hat.
No,
he's just
we
like, your hat
don't.
had a loose string, so I sewed it back together, bitch. Anyway, that was the best day of my life. Like, what do you mean?
I better
don't know what
see
you're
a
saying.
hat
And then
on that
he
damn
forgets
head.
that he's supposed to be acting and that the cameras are rolling 24/7 because he hits the producers with the next question. Okay, what's even crazier is the producers are like, oh, I'm so sorry, Mrs. Hong, you haven't answered the question yet. He doesn't even care about his wife's answer. And then he's like, oh, right, you haven't answered the question, go ahead. And so she's thinking about it, and he says, and as she's responding, he's like, I can't answer any more questions. He's rubbing his eyes. Okay, and then the next question is listing positive attributes you love about your partner. And he's like, everything about your looks is perfect to me. Everything about your personality is attractive to me. And the counselor literally moans in pain. Okay, even if we don't end up together in the end, you will be the one woman that I love the most in life, the one that I can never forget, and the one that I owe the most in life, and the saddest loss because I haven't had the chance to love you properly. Next, okay. Sir, Mrs. Wong hasn't been able to answer a single fucking question every single time. Bro, and then he starts sobbing about how he could have treated her better. And all of this, it's giving. So I had a smuggled phone in my butt crack last night, a contraband phone, and I got publicist last night, and they told me that I gotta get it together. So I'm putting on the show of my life. That's what this is giving me. The minute that he finishes speaking, he covers his whole face with his hands, and then the minute that he removes his hands,
Next.
He's like, come on, focus.
Yeah.
What's my next line again?
Oh, also
No
the
hat
producers
on
know
his
what they're
head.
doing because they're playing an acoustic version of "I Was Never There" by The Weeknd.
What?
What is that?
It's a Weeknd song. That's all you need to know, which is crazy. Listen.
So why is that crazy?
Like,
Like it made
what?
it very. What does that
Goofy.
mean? Oh, goofy.
Yeah.
What?
And he's just.
I swear I've heard
This is
this.
giving like
like
a
TikTok
maybe
audio.
a few years ago. You're like going out and you're getting ready and you're like, I want
This
to
is
look
like
sexy.
like TikTok, right? TikTok,
yeah,
like.
and they're just playing it while he's like, I can't do this anymore. And eventually he gets up and goes to the giant window. He's like, I can't do this. I can't film. Oh my god, I can't do this either. No, but it's worse. Because he doesn't even do that. He's like, I can't do this anymore. I can't film anymore. So where do you suppose that a man goes if he can't
A
film anymore?
window.
I would imagine, I don't know, maybe behind the camera, like anywhere that is not
A
in the frame of the
window to
camera.
look
Instead,
out
he
of
walks towards the big giant window
as
that's in front of
cherry
the set. And he
blossoms
sits down on
fall.
the floor and he starts sobbing. And the counselors are like, are we watching a theater play right now? What the hell is going on? And he keeps saying things like, water spilt can't be scooped back up. It's giving the toothpaste can't be put back in the tube. It's like, I can't do this
A fish
anymore. Eva gives him some
cries.
tissues,
No,
and then
the
immediately somehow
water
he's back on the
knows.
filming chair answering more
Oh,
questions.
when I cry.
Okay, I'm so confused. And then he gets up again. He does this multiple times. At one point, there's this meme that has gone viral since then of him sitting there, and Eva doesn't immediately get up because she too is crying. And he looks to the right. He's like, where the hell is she? Yeah, so that has gone very viral. It's the... Yeah. You guys have never done that before? Don't lie. You guys have never done that. Leave me alone.
Slam door. Sit down. Let me hear. Is he coming?
And then after
It's
this,
just
this time the
just
RV is a little bit different. So you know
voice.
how mine and her husband, the RVs stop driving, right? If you want, or they keep driving. So this one, they're gonna sit outside the RV, and then the RV will either drive. Okay, so both RVs will drive off, and it will unveil if they're there. They're on the other sides of the RV.
Eva,
Okay.
do not get
So
out.
it's very suspenseful. They have an hour.
Eva, sweetie, honey, sweetie, do not get the fuck out of that van, okay? Drive that van to the next country, okay? Do not get out of that van ever, honey, okay? Do not get out of that van.
Glass that's going, and by that time is up, you got to get up and get up out of the RV, or the RV is going to drive away with you inside of it. It's a big momentous moment, and so both of them are in the RV. Eva looks very contemplative. Yangzi looks like he's zoning out.
So can you tell people the premise one more time? So they're deciding right now, final
if they're going to divorce or not.
Right. If they stay, they're staying together. If they drive, one of them drive off in the RV, that means they're divorcing.
Yeah. Or both of them could drive off.
Yeah.
And you see at the very last minute, both of them get up from their seat in the RV.
They want to stay?
Yangzi opens the door to the
No.
RV and he sits
No.
outside. He still can't
No.
see if Eva's there because it's
No.
covered. And then
No.
Eva gets up last
No.
minute. And
No.
as both RVs drive
No.
away,
No,
Eva is gone. I'm gonna cry. Yeah, and he's just alone
What's
sitting
his-
there. He starts sobbing like a little boy, and then he eventually says, "It's not like I can't do better."
Boo hoo.
Yeah.
Does this sob feel different from the sob
Boo
during the
hoo.
questioning, or it's similar? What's the energy?
More kid.
More kid-like.
Boo hoo.
So would you say it's like more?
It feels more
Boo
like
hoo.
humiliated versus. It doesn't seem like he's genuinely upset about
Yeah,
it.
he don't
Right,
he
right,
don't
right.
give
But
a
it also doesn't
shit.
feel like he was performing.
No.
Like he just wow.
And Eva's crying, and she said it was the hardest decision that she had to make. But the
But
counselors
it's a good
were,
one.
oh, so proud of her. They're just so glad. And I mean,
I'm
crazy
proud of
because
her.
afterwards, they do end up divorcing. They don't stay together after the show.
So after this van drove off,
Yeah.
do they interact anymore, or that was it?
Yeah, they do. So they end up divorcing, or at least it's
Oh.
publicly known that they're divorcing. But they have children together, so I'm assuming they interact. I don't know.
Aw.
However, we do have interactions because Yangzi has now made it his whole live stream personality to try to win Eva back in his live streams while he's
Oh
live stream
my God.
TikTok shop selling.
Oh my
So
God.
during
so he is still using her likeness.
Yes, and he keeps complaining to everyone that he left the marriage with nothing. Eva has 90% of the assets, the cash ownership of everything. I don't believe any of that. He just be yip yapping. I feel like he's got a lot, okay? And he keeps saying Eva is wealthier than me, but this is my responsibility. He said that with every last penny he had, he purchased this 11-carat diamond, and he's gonna repropose to Eva. And then he walks in with a huge bouquet of 999 fucking roses, and
So
everyone in
he's
the
turned into
comments.
Hold on, I need to fucking take melatonin because this dude's gonna keep me up at night. I need to literally just take melatonin because I know this dude's gonna keep me up at night. I'm gonna sleep peacefully tonight.
Yes, he's good. But you remember? Eva doesn't even like roses. So all the comments are like, even after all of this, you can't get her tulips?
Get her tulips.
So then the next live stream, he shows up with tulips.
Oh, shit. And he's just like practicing proposing to the camera,
Dude,
and he's crying.
This is turning to
Yeah, and then it's actually working because he's making a lot of money because netizens thinks it's really funny to like. Okay, so you know how when you donate on TikTok Shop, you can give them like random special effects on their head.
Yeah.
So he'll be crying about how his life is ruined. He has no family, and then suddenly he'll have like a monkey
Cowboy.
king face, and then all of a sudden there's like this one where a hammer goes bonk, and your head gets like dunk for a second. So people are doing that.
类的，这个不是莫桑钻，也不是假钻，是真真心心的，我拿出我的诚意来。
And then he keeps getting upset. He's like, guys, if one day the clown is really crying and sad, does everyone still think it's funny?
Yes.
And then everyone's like, bonk.
Monk.
So he keeps live streaming and calling Eva. I don't know, trying to do like a TikTok live stream battle or something. She's not picking up. He's leaving voicemails. I'm live streaming. Please call me back. Or use the voice chat. Are you there? Hello? I'm live streaming right now. And then also he goes on to clarify that the person that he called, the woman that he called on the show, was his assistant, who is a female, because his tummy was hurting. So he needed to ask what to do about his tummy hurting.
why not ask the producer? Or like, but my tummy hurts too sometimes, but like, surely they have like a nurse on deck. Surely they have. Bonk. Yes.
And you know what that made me feel
Tummy
like?
hurt.
It could be his assistant. It could not be his assistant. He gives me the type that would have a very bad, salacious affair with a power struggle. Not a power struggle, a power dynamic that is unfair with an assistant.
Yup.
So I'm like, that doesn't make it any better.
No.
I don't think that makes it any better right
No,
now.
it
Because you
don't.
just asked a producer for some Pepto-Bismol. It's not that serious.
Yup.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I feel like cheating is a lower crime than
Yeah.
what he has done on
Yeah.
the show. Like
Everything he's like gaslit her, manipulated.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
So
So bad.
yeah, all the comments say he has no family now, but he still has that tiny little yellow cart, which is the Chinese doing live streaming shop feature. It's like the TikTok shop icon. As long as his viewers can TikTok shop his shop.
Yup.
What's family, right? Who needs kids? Who needs a wife? Not I. So.
so crazy.
Also, he gets very upset. He clarified multiple times in the live stream that the lighting on the show was weird. He's not actually balding. And he says, see, look. And he showed me the top of his dome like 10 times.
To buy the shampoo right here.
Exactly. Click the shop button for the best shampoo ever. Crazy. So what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Guys, I'm going to retire Chinaverse for a little bit. I just need you guys to soak in the vibes of this for a little bit. And then we're going to come back with some of the same Chinaverses that make Yangtze seem normal.
Oh God. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for this. I am not ready for whatever is gonna happen. But this is the end of part 3. So hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you suffered with me. Hopefully we all hate Youngju and Mai. Hopefully. But until next time, bye-bye. And that is the final part, thankfully. I'm so glad that is the final part. I don't need to hear about them. That's good for you. But man, I hate them both. But I'm gonna end the stream there because it's been 2.5 hours and I just took some melatonin, so I'm gonna chew in like 2 hours probably. It takes a while to kick in, so yeah. Hopefully tomorrow morning I do a stream, hopefully, and I don't know. Yeah, that was crazy. Yes, you're welcome. Yeah. Shoot time. And maybe I'll do like a game tomorrow. I don't know. But until next time, hopefully we all can recover from the stress that Mai and whatever the fuck his name is put us under. So until next time, bye. Boom.